It failed.
So yeah, you guys are currently in the ruins of Zu, the capital of the Maglubiate Primacy. Specifically, you are in the keep at the center of the citadel in the north of town. The keep was like 3 stories tall, but all but the first story have kind of collapsed down onto each other. You guys have made your way through the first floor of this and have come across a room with a central 5 foot diameter pillar of black metal. The walls are decorated in various shields with different heraldries all on them, and that this pillar extends 30 feet high but does not touch the wooden ceiling. The wooden ceiling is vaulted, and in the center there's about a 2 foot gap between the top of the pillar and the bottom of the ceiling. Through your explorations last time, you did find that on the top of the pillar was a symbol of an hourglass pouring upwards, as if gravity is reversed. You know this to be the personal crest of Qualish, as well as the icon he uses for his R&D department. You then spread out into the city and eventually found Qualish's house, in the basement of which you found a large bookcase full of poetry, which you shunted into a demiplane before returning.
Yep.
I remember that we wanted to use sending to contact Qualish. And I do remember that while reading a note left behind to Qualish from, I think, the Prime Minister equivalent or whatever.
Primarch.
Yeah. That the Primarch said that, thank you for these books and such. And he found the final argument from Kings was particularly moving, with emphasis on particularly moving.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, you all went back to the keep, which is where we find the party currently.
Do we have the book Final Argument from Kings in the
No, I
books
think
that
that
we
one
own?
was missing.
Ah. In fact, it was actually right there where a book was supposed to be the letter.
Yep. Actually, wait, hold on a second. I might have a solution. Oh, glorious PDF. Load my
Locate
spell
up.
sheet.
Where is the book?
Exactly.
Wonder what's up with this raw paste you've done up here.
Oh, that was just a discussion we had before the session about how broken 3rd edition stuff could get.
Oh, this is okay.
What was the name of the book again, Mick?
The Final Argument from Kings. Let me put it on chat.
Yep. Wait. Oh, wait. From Kings, really?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
What a
would
weird
have
title.
you guys would have the letter in front of you, so you would know that it's of Kings.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, that is a noticeably different naming convention than every other book in his library.
Yeah, the title is The
Um,
Final Argument of Kings.
all right, yeah, I'd like to cast locate object for a copy of the book The Final Argument of Kings.
Okay. So you guys are standing around this black pillar. It tells you that it is, let's see, this would be 5, 10, 15 feet to the southeast, or southwest, from where you're
I'd
standing.
like to walk over there.
I go with
Well,
them.
there's a wall there, and you know that it's telling you it's on the other side of the wall, to the west.
Okay.
There is, however, a door in that room that opens to the west that you haven't explored.
I
I
pop
open
my
the door and I
familiar.
walk in.
Ooh,
All right,
You
you
mad
open the
lad.
door, smashing the familiar aside, and you walk into a room. Tapestries, burnt and ruined, hang from the walls of this well-decorated bedchamber. A large desk rests against the east wall in the southern corner, and debris from plaster has fallen off of the walls and ceiling, coating most of the room in a layer of fine white dust.
Any drawers, cabinets?
Yeah, where's that book emanating from?
Book appears to be coming from within the desk, which has some drawers.
I check the drawers for traps,
All right.
but not before casting enhance ability, because
Okay.
And I'll fire off a detect magic.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
use Flash of Genius to make that 19.
Okay. It does not appear to be trapped.
I think I'm gonna wait for Gilbert's detect magic.
Yeah, I can't ritual cast, so it's just, snap of the fingers and detection away.
All right. You do not detect any magic coming from it.
Pop a
All right.
spider in the drawer. In a drawer.
All right. Well, it only has one drawer. You pop your spider in. Your spider sees a large book in front of it.
Anything else?
Does not appear to have anything else in sight.
I dismiss Spoder.
Okay.
And I'll pop the drawer open.
It appears to be locked.
Thieves' tools.
All right. Roll.
Yeah. That's better than what I was going to say.
Oof. 3, 4, 2. I'll flash your genius to make that 19. God damn it.
Okay. A click. The drawer is unlocked.
I'll open the drawer.
All right. Inside is a single bound book, similar to the ones you saw on the bookshelves. In gold leaf on the front of it, you can see in Goblin the final argument of kings.
Huzzah. I don't suppose there's a mechanism I can look for to see if it'll blow up or mess up the contents within if I try to open the book.
You can make an investigation check to see if you can locate any such traps or anything on the book.
It would make me feel better if I did such a thing.
Go ahead.
There we go.
You do not see anything that would be like a mechanism or that in a book. It appears to you just a standard book.
All right. Go ahead and sit down. But there's a bed here, right? There's bedchambers, bed.
Yes, there is a bed covered in fine white dust.
I would like to sit on bed and start reading book.
Okay. You sit on the bed. A little puff of white, powder fills the air. You open the book, start flipping through it. It is a book of goblin poetry. Most of the poetry is of a martial nature.
Is there anything circled, any notes left by the reader?
All right, yeah, he's kind of flipped through the book. There does not appear to be any graffiti in the book.
Nothing underlined or anything of the sort?
The only thing that's really emphasized is when you open up the cover, there's the big title plate of the book with the final argument of kings nicely done. But everything else just appears to be a standard, book font. The Goblin equivalent of Times New Roman.
Gotcha.
What about a cipher?
Yeah, I'll go and look for that, I suppose.
Now, I know there's like a feat that gives you skills of checking for a cipher. Do you happen to have any such skills or proficiencies?
I have no such thing.
Okay, then why don't you give me a raw wisdom check?
Could I make it intelligence?
No, because you are trying to detect the presence of essentially a hidden message. This is something of subtlety and insight, but you're not exactly skilled as a cryptographer.
Oh, look! It's the person that can do ciphers and such. I hands you the book.
Wow, that timing was perfect.
Wait, what in the fuck?
Look for ciphers in this book. The Final Argument of Kings.
Wait a second. You said this is wisdom based?
Yeah, it's kind of. I thought it was. Even the feat has it for intelligence, but a thing's a thing, and I do
Yeah,
not
the
have the
feat
feat.
would be intelligence if you had the feat. You don't have the feat, so it's a wisdom check.
Yep.
I just picked up the feat.
Good for you.
I just need to find my character sheet. So I will let you know when I find it. I have too many files, all in the same folder.
Is there any other furniture here?
There's some stools and what appeared to have been a wardrobe, though it's hanging open and appears to be empty.
I checked the wardrobe for secret compartments.
All right, make an investigation check.
Beyond to, but that's about it.
Okay. So, yeah, you find a very obvious secret compartment because whoever opened it last didn't actually close it all the way, so the lid's kind of cockeyed. It also appears to be empty.
I checked that secret compartment for a secret compartment, because no one would expect that.
All right,
Except us.
make another investigation check.
Alright, I'm back.
Do I find the string that says "Ha, been pranked, bro"?
Yes, you find in the bottom of the lid, some writing in Goblin, like a little bit of scratch work put into it. It says there is no other secret compartments here.
Oh,
What about the secret compartment behind the secret compartment that doesn't have a secret compartment?
pop my familiar 6 inches from the secret compartment. No one would ever do that. There's no way.
It pops on the floor. You
Yeah.
realize it's
What
literally
about
like the other side of that panel at the bottom of the secret compartment.
What about the demiplane that exists inside of the keyhole behind the secret compartment?
Oh, that's beyond my pay grade, man.
That's some
Okay.
truly next level secret compartment.
So cipher thing,
Yeah,
intelligence.
so you have the linguist feat, right?
Yes.
All right, so that is a intelligence plus your proficiency ability
The
check.
DC is it's a DC of the person's intelligence score and proficiency bonus. For me, it would just be
Correct.
intelligence, I think, without proficiency. Yeah, it's just an intelligence check.
Well, yeah, I'd have your proficiency if you're not proficient with it. Huzzah.
Okay, yeah, just your intelligence check. But it is an ability
All right,
check, so you have like jack of all trades or something.
Yeah. I will use enhance ability on my intelligence for advantage.
I'll guide into because why not?
Let's see. It's still a +5 proficiency, so that's a +2. plus guidance is a D4.
Yep.
And I'll throw a Bardic at that just because I can. 23. I'm gonna lucky that 7. Alright, 23 is the best I have.
Okay, so you're looking through this book, and it's goblin poetry. Do you speak Goblin?
I have comprehend languages if I need that to read it.
Okay, you would have just done that before you did this, then, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go through it and you're looking for codes. Nothing really, stands out at you terribly much. Till you get to the last poem, and you realize, thinking back, that the last letter of each title of each poem spells out in reverse the instructions that's, well, I shouldn't say they're instructions, more what appears to be instructions of, say the title and enter the spire.
The spire.
That is what it says.
Have we come across any spires traveling throughout the city?
Probably that black pillar.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Oh, I believe we also wanted to touch base with Koalish too, with tongues.
And
Yeah,
message
just like
sending.
call him up really quick.
Right. So, Dean, you're our contact here. What do we tell him?
Um,
I'm trying to think. I don't want to say, hi, we accidentally unleashed 8 Mecha Balors, because that would be bad for us.
Don't blame it on him. They're the ones who made it. Like, hey, you
What?
made 8 Mecha Balors and they got loose.
I mean, telling him that the Mecha Balors escaped might not make him want to open up the door. He might just respond with, "No, I'm fine hanging out down here in my hole. Call me again if you kill them all."
Oh, great sir, we need your help.
How far
That
are we
makes us sound
from?
weak.
How far are we
Good.
from Port Hamler?
We are several hundred miles.
How far do you think one of those Mecha Valors can run in a day?
They can teleport a
Approximately the
dash.
distance between give me just a second while I pull out the map.
But yeah, no, if we sound weak, he won't expect us to be big.
If we sound weak, he won't want to help us. Approximately the difference between Give and Ifrin City could be covered in I believe it was a couple of days. That's how long it took us to get there. Under?
Give an Ifrin City, yeah, 2 days when you were using your
That was
wind.
All right.
A
Yeah, so that was
day
2 days
each
of-
leg.
Right. Okay, yeah, so that was 2 days from Give to Ifra, and when we encountered it, it wasn't fully healed, so it probably didn't stop to break. Ifrin to Port Hamor, we're looking at 7 to 10 days.
And how long have we been here? Well, how long have the Balors been out?
No, you have not rested.
Last session, we took a long rest.
Yeah, but not
That would
since
imply
the
a
end of the
day's been
session.
passed. Yeah. I'm thinking about time.
I mean, I think it took like 3 days for us to travel from Ifrin to here. Plus, there was a time we spent down in the hole, and that's like 4 days. You know, we might want to start by calling Port Hamor.
That's what I was thinking.
Do the thing.
Do we know exactly what these are aside from Baylors that have been experimented on?
We could call them cyber demons.
Or Mecha Baylors.
Hmm.
Seriously, at the rate we're going, we're basically just going to be playing Doom Eternal.
Dibs on the BFG.
So we gonna sending Port Hamor?
Yeah. How do we word it though?
Hey,
Hey, just want to make sure you're doing okay.
well, we should keep
Because
it
some
pretty
giant
simple.
ass demons
Just
are
a
coming.
quick, just
honestly-
quick heads up. We may have released some demons, so you may want to be on the lookout for some large, kind of mechanized demons.
Guys,
Don't tell them we
guys,
did.
guys,
Honestly, I don't think we
Yeah,
should
how
tell
does-
them because they're fucked either way. Unless they have some means to immediately evacuate or something. But
here's what we should do. We will sending fuck, what's his name?
Qualish.
No, guy in
Odwick?
charge of Port Hamor.
Captain
Odwick.
Odwick. Or Commander Odwick.
Commander Odwick, yes. Lord
Oh, is he
Odwick.
commander now?
That's what it was. Lord Odwick. Yeah, we should probably sending him, say, hey, we stumbled across some incredibly powerful, magically enhanced demons in the ruins of the primacy. One of these things could level a city. Please be advised.
There's 8 of them.
oh, now it just hits me. So what's like the scientific jargon that I would use for subject escaped? The fuck.
Demonic invasion.
Requesting assistance for extermination or something.
Alarm
Said
Slayer.
Bravo team.
Fubar.
Lock everything down and kill everything inside.
Something UAC containment breach, demonic threat level 5.
Where's the BFG when you need it?
Seriously, the only way we could be more fucked is that there were massive fleshy pods growing.
Yeah, we'll have to get BFGs for everybody. Then we can be the BFG division.
Qualish has already set up the BFG 10,000 in orbit. He's ready to nuke the entire continent.
Watch, Qualish is a robot now. He transferred his conscience to a robot so he could live forever.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's just sending spell, just keep him appraised of the situation.
Okay. I will sending to Odwick.
Okay, and what exactly are you saying?
We found evidence of experimented demons in the privacy. It looks like they've gotten out. Don't know where they're going.
There's cows here now. Cool.
All right, you get a reply. Good to know. We haven't seen any. Please kill them before they reach us. Also, if you could swing by and end this undead siege, that would be great.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh no!
Pejima! Ah!
So, Gilbert,
Yes?
you're a paladin of Belauthland, right?
A paladin of what?
You're a paladin from Belauthland, right?
I am a paladin from Belauthland, yes.
How many other paladins and clerics are in Belauthland that we could call upon in the event of an undead assault on a city? Theoretically.
Under? Would Gilbert know that?
I
And
mean, you know that there are a lot of clerics and paladins, almost all of which are low level, that you could call on. No one really. You're an adventurer. You don't really have any rank to pull.
right.
By leaving, you
There's
kind
not
of
like an
lost
order
any
you can
influence you had.
besiege or something.
Not really. He doesn't really have an established order with or sponsoring him, especially now that he's kind of, switched teams.
I don't know what you're talking about.
By switch
So-
teams, you meant he sailed overseas and became an adventurer, right?
Right,
When,
he
when you
is-
mean switch,
He's all
when you
low.
mean when you mean switch teams, you mean he just changed his color palette, right?
Yeah, it was a
Yes,
palette
I
swap.
changed my color palette.
Yeah, changed to like the all black and gray with red eyes color palette.
It's a good color palette. I like it. Reminds me of Imperial
It's in
Stormtroopers,
every fighting game.
the elite boys.
Yep.
You know, the guys that don't
Um.
actually miss.
Okay. Can you send him another sending? I need information, like more than what he's just told us.
Like details about their numbers, losses, what they look like they're fighting skeleton or some other bullshit.
So, how many undead, what kind, and how many living people have died? Is that all we want to know?
I suppose the state of how they're handling it in a nutshell and how long it's been happening.
All right. Anything else we need?
They would tell us if they needed help immediately, right? I'm pretty sure they would.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. Oddwick seems to have a very dry form of sarcasm.
You know, your city being besieged, it's a bad time to be sarcastic. Yeah, we should get more information.
Sending
should
to
also-
Oddwick.
Yeah.
How many undead? How many people dead? What kind of undead? How long
long
has the
siege been
siege
going?
been going? How bad is it getting?
you get a reply. There's a lot. I can't count them all because they kind of stretch from the walls to the forest, or at least out of sight. They do, however, appear to be fleshy and wear armor. So we got that going for us, which is nice. They've been at this about a week or so now. And we've suffered a total casualty of 12 guardsmen. Supplies are okay. For the most part, this army does not appear to have much in the way of naval capability, so we're able to keep supplied via the port itself. And we have a large food surplus in our stores because we had a sudden, unexpected population decrease earlier in the year.
Alright, I will relay that to the party.
You know, it really never does fail to amaze me how every poor choice we make seems to also be a bigger pain in the ass later and have delightful benefits.
So now we're gonna fight a zombie siege.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're doing this immediately, right?
Yeah,
Because
we
it seems
pretty much
like
have
that's
to.
more. Yeah. I'm surprised they only lost 12 people considering how fucking huge the swarm is.
Well, if this is Pejuma's army, it's his reserves. I doubt they have a reserve navy, and I doubt they have much in the way of reserve siege equipment, if they have any siege equipment at all.
I'm surprised they haven't made any.
I mean, it's possible that Pejuma just doesn't care if the city falls this week or this century.
Well, exactly. He has the advantage of he can literally just sit outside the walls as long as he wants with an army of undead, and he's guaranteed to win through attrition.
Alright.
Do
Rather than spending some
you have
blashes
another
of genius.
sending in?
I
do you
have a lot of magic, yes.
Do you have another? Okay, yeah, you have another sending in you. Can you ask Odwick what prompted this siege?
I will cast Sending to Odwick and ask, did anything happen that would cause this siege, or did it just appear out of the blue? Or the ground, as it were.
Some random idiots awoken them.
He said surrender or die. And we did not surrender.
Oh yeah, some whiny ass ambassador from what's his face, Pejima showed up, and basically said that we're now under his dominion and to pay tribute to him. I laughed him out of my office.
It's probably a bad move.
Last time we were at Port Hamor, what did their military capability look like? Because I think it's a lot less than what was on the Hobgoblin map, which is something like 3 battalions.
Yeah, it was like, 200 untrained militiamen and like a dozen like veteran soldiers.
Does that include the 5 elite plate boys?
Yeah, that was a couple, that's including with the veterans.
Damn.
That was actually just 5 of the 12 veterans that they basically have.
Alright, well, who's in favor of teleporting to Port Hamor?
I'm not in favor of it, but we should do it anyway.
Hold on. But before we actually continue with this and attempt to break a siege, would it not be better to decapitate their army?
What, you want to go kill Pejima?
I'd like to phone a friend.
Okay.
How to kill Pejima. Type on Google.
No, I'm not Googling that.
H0 W number 2
Yeah,
KLL
I'd like to
AE.
ask my friend, is Pejma a lich or something greater than a lich?
All right, you get the reply. He is a lich, but that is not all he is. And finding his phylactery may prove difficult for you. And I think you have like what 3 questions remaining now.
Let me check. Scroll down to that section of my sheet.
The phylactery's in a different dimension.
Better he did something stupid like send it back in time or something.
This would bring me down to 4 questions.
Okay, 4 questions.
I don't
Okay,
think we
good.
can make his demise permanent at the moment.
Oh, not
Dang.
permanent, and that would tip our hand. If they've been besieged for a week,
I
we
under.
could potentially.
Never mind.
No, please, CC, you first.
Under. I'd like to ask by now, how long has it been in their conversation?
It's been like 3.5 hours. You're not going to get a long rest just standing there.
I was just curious because like before we leave, Gabriel would probably be like 3 more hours, half asleep.
Dean, could you come with me for a minute? There's something I want to discuss with you.
Sure. And I'm actively trying to use drugs to numb myself.
Alright, I'll take Dean a bit away from the party. Do you remember that spooky wizard ring I was talking about earlier?
Honestly, no, I don't.
The shiny thing that in the glass. This was like 3 weeks ago ish.
You talking about after we demolished that person house thing?
Yes, that.
Ah. Oh yeah. Yes.
I may need your help using it. I don't think it would be a good idea to tell you what it is yet. It's the fewer people that really know about it, the better right now. But it is. I might need your help with it. And I'm going
Okay.
to want you to stay by me during the siege if I do need your help with it.
Very well.
Alright, that was it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will return to the party.
Her.
Huh.
So, something to consider is that Portmore seems to be in a relatively good position, siege-wise, other than a manpower problem. We don't necessarily need to help them directly. Actually, wait.
There is one thing to consider, though. How long can they hold the walls? So the walls are
Yeah.
likely the only thing giving them a fighting chance. Once the walls are overrun, they have no real defenses inside the city.
Is the keep walled under?
No, it's a fortified tower.
Oof.
It's a keep, not a
Under.
castle.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have another phone a friend I'd like to, telepathically fire off.
Okay.
During Pejma's absence from Elcott the last time, what realms did he visit? What planes?
We don't have definitive answers for all of that time. What we know of was when he was in the Far Realms. But he spent at least some time inside of personal demiplanes that we have no visibility into. You have 3 questions remaining.
Fuck, it just hit me. A lich can put a phylactery in a demiplane, and unless
Yep.
someone specifically knows where the demiplane is, there's no way to get access to it.
Yeah, that's sort of a catch-22.
Oof. Big oof. Also, god
Far.
damn, I'm realizing just how useful demiplane is. It's like your own little personal, hideaway.
Nala.
How difficult is it to destroy a phylactery?
You need a nuke. Gandhi nuke.
I don't think we've destroyed one yet.
Well, maybe. One might have destroyed itself.
Nala.
Yes.
You know the contract in your possession?
I don't like where this is going, Gilbert.
I would like to see that.
This is a terrible idea, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not likely to work.
I'm aware. I'm not necessarily even signing it. I simply need to read what it says. At the very
Right.
least, who the contract writer is.
I will give the contract to Gilbert.
All right.
Gilbert,
Yeah.
do you have the PDF for it?
No, I do not.
Let me find it in my folders. Should be this one.
The only thing I really have for swarms is Conjure Barrage. That's about it.
You guys, talk about yourselves, do as you will. I'm just gonna be reading in the corner.
I'm gonna watch Gilbert.
Oh, that wasn't meant to be suspicious. I literally meant that as a, like, I'm not gonna be saying anything for a while as a player because I'm reading this PDF.
Oh, alright. I'm still gonna hang
David.
around Gilbert.
David just. Who knows? I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it to 6 hours. With how this is going.
How many gunpowder charges would I need under to make that 14-pound jug a bomb? That 14-pound jug of acid a bomb.
14-pound jug of acid, a bomb?
Yeah, so it's 4 pounds of clay pot and 10 pounds of acid, like literal acid.
I will
Walked into the wrong conversation. What the fuck?
It's a damn good time.
Depends on how big of a blast you want, really. You could probably get away with, like, 5 charges to just burst it and splash poison or splash acid over an area.
Yeah, anything AoE would be really nice.
Looking for the kind of thing that'll fit in a Pejman's mailbox.
Yeah, so like the minimum would be like let's say 5 charges worth of gunpowder. If you were to seal that liquid tight in something acid resistant, put that inside the pot, and then detonate it, the blast would kind of cause like a 10 by 10 cloud of acid to form.
I'll keep that in mind. It is most unfortunate that I did not prepare explosive charges this morning. How much time are we looking at before we take off?
We can take off as soon as we have a plan and a destination.
Yeah. How much raw alchemical materials did I buy?
Not enough.
Oh,
Oh my
Christ,
god!
these
I got
sentences.
2,500 gold pieces. Ooh.
It's still not enough somehow.
Let's see. God damn, I spent like 2k on like spells.
Actually, I have a question. Last time we were talking about like getting last time we were talking about like how we're getting paid and stuff. Do we actually get physical gold pieces in game or no?
You got equipment when people got oofed.
It's a very loose agreement. It's like the party will pitch in to buy you stuff if you need it.
Okay.
Getting paid just means that like you get to have access to stuff out of the communal party.
Well, Under, go and start spending some time to make some packets of gunpowder. Since it sounds like we don't know what we're doing yet, might as well use that time. I like to stage this in such a way that I can easily stow it away if I get interrupted.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's
Yeah,
why
'cause
David's
it's-
on a wall. That's why David's like leaning against the wall asleep. Well, he's trying to sleep. That way
Is
he's
there-
kind of ready for action.
Is there any way that I can make this using Fabricate Under?
No, not you can't make gunpowder with that.
Yeah, because I believe it does ping as magical. Just double checking.
Yeah, it is an alchemical component. There is some magic imbued in it.
The magic of boom.
It's the magic of chemistry.
Mhm.
The magic of violence.
The
My
magic of
favorite
friendship.
magic.
Magic of friendship and rainbows.
Oh, so AGR, I'm not sure if you probably were here and there, but in a nutshell, we have potentially the book that gives us access to the spire or the obelisk thing, but we just received very bad news that Port
Almost
Kamau is in the
everything
process
you
of
said
getting
has cut
oofed.
out. Something about a book, an obelisk, and getting oofed.
We figured out how to get into Qualish's basement. The problem is we also gave Lord Commander Odwig a call, and apparently Pejma's besieging his ass.
Yeah, so we're
Also,
gonna
sleuth check
assist.
the
Okay.
PMs.
All right, I think I got enough of that to know we can get into the basement of that lab, and then something bad happened to Ottawa and he's under siege.
Yep.
Again.
The whole town of Portamore is under siege. Yeah.
Fuck
They're
you.
getting attacked by Pejima and his undead army. It's what's going on.
That seems pretty, like, normal. Yeah. Why would we expect anything else? So that means I don't have to give him that sword, right? I'm off the hook for that? I could keep my sword.
Probably. The problem is how we're gonna like really deal with him. You know, with him being
Don't
spooky
use a
lich and all.
sword.
Yeah, but you know, liches don't die when they're killed. They just come back
Especially not
pissed.
this one.
Might I recommend a generous application of violence?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah. And then when that stops working, we'll just do it again.
did we find out that yeah he is a lich? Or are you speculating?
We already know that he's a lich.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
He has other
Under.
things.
Under from when we first arrived at Elcott after Pejima had returned,
Okay.
how many battalions of troops did we see marching that perimeter? I remember they were like those ghoul-looking dudes in armor with the spears, and you had a couple of battalions of those guys like patrolling the outskirts of the city.
Right. Give me a second. I just want to look up size. It's battalion's about that big. So you figure that he probably has, in total, let's see, that would be sorry, just doing some math mentally here. He had about 5 battalions worth total. About 4,800 undead soldiers.
That was just patrolling the outside, and he's been amassing corpses for a couple hundred years.
God knows we're underground.
Exactly, he has catacombs under there. He's been storing the bodies of the slain, the contingency. And if he's saying that they're stretching as far as the eye can see, Under how far away is the tree line from Portamore's walls?
Like the dense trees start about 500 yards away from the wall. Ish. It varies. It's natural terrain. Yeah, I mean, Port Hamor itself is surrounded by farmland. It's been cleared and is being cultivated. So the actual forest had been pushed back to 400 or 500 yards away from the wall.
All right. But he's being besieged, and he's saying it's demons as far as the eye can see, so that assumes they're covering the entire terrain, more or less. With Gilbert's military experience, like, what kind of force does that mean we're looking at here?
You're looking
using like the demon horde as reference.
Okay. It means you're probably looking at 10 to 20,000 to fill that kind of space with just bodies. You need a fuckload. Assuming it's packed tightly. If it's not, then it could be significantly less. But to like cover the ground so you can't see, like the grass under them, you would need like 10 to 20,000 of people.
Okay.
You need a lot. That's a huge area.
That's over half the size of my town.
Yeah. So Pedram's probably thrown a death stack at Portamore. At the very least enough to strangle its ability to supply itself with food. We haven't exactly taken any open actions against Pejima, so I don't think he's going to lump us into the group of working against him. I'm thinking perhaps we don't break the siege of the port.
So what's plan B?
Well, something we could do would be to attempt to retrace at least some bits of So I know that he's been to the Far Realm along with a number of personal demiplanes. Something we could do, this sounds real risky, if we can acquire, say, the Book of Vile Darkness, we might be able to use some of the forbidden arcane lore in there in order to try to find a solution.
I think I have a solution, boss. I think we hit him with a collection of blunt and sharp objects until he stops being
He's a lich.
undead, and then when he's no longer able to do anything, we go do whatever we were gonna do while he was sieging the port.
Right, except he's a lich, and we don't know where his phylactery is. It's quite possibly in a foreign plane.
That's fine. It'll take him longer to get back.
Would I know
Minutes.
the contents of the Book of Vile Darkness? More or
No.
less. Like-
You know it contains evil. Like, it is distilled evil knowledge. Other than that, no, you have no specifics.
Okay.
So this thing is like a Necronomicon, but on steroids or something?
The Necronomicon is a pale shadow of what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just hit him with things a lot and inconvenience him, and then once he's dead, we could kill his we could probably break his siege a lot easier, and then we can make an actual plan.
I mean, the last thing that it took to inconvenience him was nuking half of his city into the abyss.
We could do that.
No, we can't.
I mean, it'll take a long time because we have to use like probably regular fire, maybe, I don't know. We're pretty good at breaking stuff. I mean, it'll take a while, but we can break a lot of things, man. We're real good at breaking stuff. We're not like an entire city in a day, but we get there. Didn't we collapse like a government building into a chasm and then destroy a bunch of stuff? We just do that again. We need a chasm, I guess. So we make a chasm under his besieging army, and then we collapse the ground beneath them. We just undermine them. Don't we have a siege engineer? It'll be fine.
Spectre.
It'll be fine, and then we'll probably only collapse one of the city's walls doing that. 3 walls is enough, right?
Not really.
Well, 3 walls is enough when the
See-
open
see-
side is a giant open pit, right?
Here's the problem, though. They would still only have 2 walls. There's not a wall on the ocean side of the city.
That's fair. So 2 walls. Well, actually, if we collapse under them, wouldn't the ocean fill in the space? So it'd be ocean on 2 sides.
I think if we collapse that deep, we're just gonna end up sinking the city.
They got boats, right? They have rowboats, right? Did they get a lot of flooding in Port Humor?
Not so much, no.
So they're probably fine. They're probably high enough up that we can not flood the whole city. I mean, it's I can't imagine the water level is going to change significantly, dependent on adding like a little bay on one side of the city. I mean, we might not be able to collapse the whole army if they've got the whole place surrounded, but we probably collapse a big chunk of it. Ideally, right under Pejima's feet. But I mean, whatever.
I am just honestly not convinced that is feasible. Yeah, I mean, he is something beyond a lich, and his God Emperor title might not be entirely unearned.
I've really never met anything that you can't hit enough times and it dies. And then, I mean, like, if there's a thing that we got to do something complicated, we can do something complicated. But like, until then, we just hit it till it dies.
There was that spooky ass ghost. You remember that spooky ass ghost?
I agree with the sword
story.
slinger.
Actually, that's a good point. I mean, I remember that spooky ass ghost that.
Yeah, we
killed
just
you.
didn't hit it enough times. If we had hit it more times, we wouldn't have this
Oh, no, your hits were completely ineffectual from what I remember.
I
From
think
what
they
the
were.
robot told me.
I think they were working. They were working. It was just slow going.
It was so slow going, he killed 2 party members
Yeah.
and routed the rest of us.
Well,
I remember that. Dying sucks.
And that was 1-on-1.
Well,
Lich probably got a kill for it.
I had just gotten this sword, and I really hadn't gotten used to it yet. So really, we're probably if we went over there, we'd beat him. We'd beat him, we'd kick his ass. But he's over there, and we're over here. So. But I'm pretty sure if we hit him enough times, he'd die. And really, even if he didn't, he'd really, really wish he had. That's half the battle, right?
Under.
Yes.
What kind of knowledge exists on the far? Do we know of the Far Realm?
Typically, the Far Realm is a plane that is so alien that anybody who goes there either never returns or is a completely batshit crazy person if they do.
That's basically what you know, yes.
That place sounds just like Made in Abyss. Nice.
Yeah, the Dark Continent.
So we're fighting a lich that's been to the plane of absolute batshit insanity and came back and seems pretty sane.
I'm sure that's just serve.
To put it in a different game's terms, think of the Far Realms as the chaos from 40K.
Yeah, I was kind of getting that impression.
Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see.
Exactly. It is exactly that type of thing.
Not if you've got eyes on the inside,
Oh, jeez.
Is this Bloodborne now?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, he knows about the Eldritch Truth.
Yeah,
I think
Pejima went through, played Dark Souls, played Bloodborne, then played 40K for a while.
I think what we do is we just hit him with various objects until he prays to go back to the Far Realm. I think that's what we do.
I find it extremely doubtful that we can put up that kind of fight.
I don't know. I've hit a lot of things with various objects.
Here's an important question we should be asking. Is mortal magic capable of killing him? Or are we just going to inconvenience him for a few years?
That's why I proposed the Book of Vile Dark.
I feel like inconveniencing him for some indeterminate period of time just kind of opens up our schedule to do the whatever else we were going to do briefly.
And get stronger, and then when he comes back, beat him up again.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of beating him up repeatedly until we get whatever we need to be done with him and beat him up the last time.
I would like to point out that our track record on that kind of thinking is not exactly the best. We still have hags who we have not laid retribution upon, a blue dragon who has not been slain. We're not exactly.
I haven't met any of those foes.
Around things on our schedule.
I am with Mina. We have not met any of those foes. All the foes we fought, we've killed. So
well, except for those Mecha Balors.
We ain't fought them. We ain't seen them all yet. We've only seen one, and we killed it.
He's
So-
right. Technically,
No,
the
we
one that we
totally
fought
saw
is dead.
8. We totally saw it. Someone saw 8 of those fucking things outside. Most terrifying sight ever.
No, wait, didn't we just
Again,
hear
that
it?
was you. That wasn't me.
War. In that case, take it from someone who's been to the abyss and fought a demon lord. I am 100% certain we cannot end Pejima.
That's quitter talk, boss.
And the Book of Vile Darkness. When was the last time you heard a holy man talk about a bad?
It, as horrible as that looks like, it is reasonable to try to delve into some of the secrets. Perhaps it might give us an inkling about the weaknesses of the Lich. Perhaps there's
Okay,
some way
the
to
book
paralyze and
was
stun him.
The
Question.
book is called The Book of Vile Darkness. I don't think there's anything good in.
Question. So, Port Hamor. Pejima is besieging it with an undead army.
In a week,
He's
Portimore
he
has
sounds-
lost 12 guards.
he is he's supposed to be a super scary dude. I feel like he's scary enough. He probably shouldn't need an undead army to take that city. Right? How many? Like, what are the defenses of the city?
200
like, really?
men, like 190 of which are untrained conscripts.
Maybe they're just trying to beat him to submission to give tribute. I'm pretty sure if the Lord, was it Ottawik, surrendered and would agree to give tribute, he probably would relent. Because it feels
So-
like he could just destroy him, right?
So, like, what is the threat level to the city?
We could
I
also try
saw-
appeasement.
'Cause,
Maybe
I
we
mean,
could,
I
like,
was-
buy the city.
If we're worried about the city actually coming to harm, then it's very different from if it's just gonna if it's just gonna change hands. Because if he's gonna do is slap Lord Commander Oddwick around and then take the city and ask for tribute. I mean that sucks, but probably most people will live. The other hand, though, if we kill all of his undead soldiers, he might be a little grumpy about that. So, I don't know. Maybe we don't collapse like a giant chasm underneath him.
Under.
Yeah.
Last time we were at Portimore, what was the remaining population?
Let me check. I have to check my notes on what the casualty rate was.
High.
Yeah,
I
it was
know
high.
it was real high.
A little bit over 50%.
I
somewhere
want to
Uh,
say it was
yeah.
around that.
It was
60,
around
I think.
55, 60%, somewhere around there, I think. I don't know if we spend an extra 2 or 3 days beyond that.
Yeah, somewhere between a whole bunch and a fuck ton.
Or at least it's not a metric fuck ton.
Oh yeah, well, the metric system doesn't exist yet.
Let's see, it's in here somewhere. So I had like a whole section on, what happened to the city when you guys came back.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, because it was. Yeah, looking at this, it's basically been like halved. So there's only about 2,500 people still living in Port Hamore.
There's how many?
About 2,500 left.
2,500. Okay. So I'm fairly certain his intent is to not sack the city and put everybody to the sword. If he did, he gains about 2,500 corpses to his army. By simply subjugating the city, he gains more over time. It's a more sensible investment, and the history of his empire has been one of annexation.
What do we know happened to the corpses after the siege before? Like, how many people is he potentially just going to add to his army anyway, without even finishing the siege?
Oh, the old Port Hamore population?
Yeah.
They were
Were they
cremated.
burned? Oh, thank goodness.
In a world of undead, yeah, generally speaking, cremation is the normal way of disposing of bodies in a city.
Makes sense to me. It's already a place that would be like super prone to disease, so it would be a good idea in the first place, even without all that. Well, I don't know. Mina's not super wise. I think she might still be game for the hit him repeatedly option. And then when he gets up again, just hit him repeatedly again.
Because reading over this contract, I can get the information for where to find the Book of Vile Darkness, and potentially for us to be able to use that information. The only downside is that there is a stipulation here where the contract writer is able to possess the signee's body for a length of time equal to the time spent retrieving the item. In this case being the Book of Vile Darkness. So if we were able to get the artifact extremely quickly, the length of possession time would only be about 9 minutes.
You being possessed is probably bad.
Yeah, that
I
is
know.
very bad.
But I don't think we can give you any advice on that, because I don't think humans know about that.
Wait, do
Right?
you have any advice on that? Because you guys don't know any about what?
Your contract situation, right? Unless you told everybody.
I'm talking about the physical sheet of paper Gilbert is holding in his hands right now.
Interesting.
I mean, I can just post the PDF if you guys are just passing that around for everyone to look at.
I assumed that was something Gilbert was keeping close to the vest.
That's what I'm asking Gilbert if he is.
I think I'll keep it close to the chest for now. Actually, speaking of which,
Have we decided things?
just a second, I have to PM under something.
Oh, sneaky brick stuff. So
nobody else is up for the crack the Lich's skull plan that involves going over there and cracking his skull, and then whenever he comes back, going over there and cracking his skull. Then whenever he comes back, going over there and cracking his skull until either we find his phylactery or we get old and decide we don't give a fuck anymore.
Do we have any reference for the robot told me you guys had a lich friend? How long did it take for him to come back?
Not too long.
Usually a day or two. Maybe I think the longest was like a work week. Maybe 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah, I don't think killing him over and over again is going to be feasible. He's going to know what's up, and he's going to get the drop on us eventually. He's got infinite number of tries effectively until we kill him. For good, for good. We only have one life, you know. If he gets all of us, we're done.
Yeah, but you, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know about that only have one life thing. I've been dead. I'm pretty sure at least a few of us have been dead. It's not that bad.
Yeah, if we get totally wiped out, though, as a party, there's no means to, you know, come back.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if that happens, there's jerky, so, you know.
I'd rather not die yet. So I remember a
Did you
spooky
get the
book being
PM?
discussed.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Okay, so what if we don't kill him? What if we tag him and bag him? What if we we render him inert through some other means?
That's what Gilbert was getting at. He
Okay,
was
so
trying to talk about the book to find some means to do, I think.
do we have a bag of holding? We do, right? I hope we do.
I can manage to make one.
So okay. So we got to disable the lich, and then we make sure he doesn't have any casting components. We may have to do some manner of surgery to remove like casting limbs, right? So no tongue, no arms, and that'll help. And then we just stuff him naked into the bag of holding. He won't die in there.
As plans go, it's pretty solid.
I mean, we need to make sure there's nothing else in there with him dangerous, because if he offs himself, we got a problem.
He technically can't die, so how can he off himself?
Well, I mean, if he can temporarily die, he can come back with his phylactery.
Well, if we cut all his limbs off, wrap his body up.
Without killing him.
Yeah, and then wrap his body up, and then, I mean, an
Can you fabricate a
undead
straitjacket?
can function. An undead can function without his limbs, right? He still lives, right?
So okay, so somebody's got to fabricate a straitjacket, and we have to we have to somehow disable this God Emperor level lich without killing him, and then once he's disabled, perform significant alterations on him without him getting any spells off, and then bind him with some kind of straitjacket-like device and toss him in a bag of holding. Which we
Sounds
can
like
no
a
longer
plan to
use.
me.
We can no longer use that bag of holding for anything else, because if he gets any other items in there, he might use them to aid in his escape or his suicide, which he would use to get.
I think a demi plane would be much more reliable than a bag of holding. Besides, I don't want to permanently get rid of one of my magical items.
Well, what do you think would happen if we? I suppose if we toss that bag of holding into another demi plane, and he ended up in the astral sea, it wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience for him.
It wouldn't be.
But actually, do we know how large the explosion is if you do that? Because we have access to things that could allow us to do that. Between a bag of holding and like rope trick or something, and he has a large army of not that strong stuff, right? We could just blow up. I don't know how big the explosion is from that. I guess we've never seen one.
Anybody want to go back to Pandemonium?
Why?
What?
Is that I don't remember that.
I've never been to Pandemonium.
Yeah.
The robot told me
Okay.
about the bullshit that was in there. Why the hell would we want to go there?
Grub probably would be up for it if he were around, because he probably needs another one of those frog hats by now. He definitely didn't like cure or anything, that other one, so it's very gone.
Are you telling me that the thing that we need lies in Pandemonium?
It doesn't just lie in there. I know its precise location and the coordinates to get in.
Is this the phylactery?
Is this the Book of
Nothing
Vile
else.
Darkness?
But a potential way to get it.
Gilbert doesn't have to tell us what it is if he doesn't want to.
I'd rather know.
That is very
what
true. I don't
care.
care.
I'm
As
just
long as he
saying,
pays
in
me, I don't
character-
care.
In character, he has the option of telling us that it's the phylactery, even though we're going for the book, and we wouldn't have much reason to doubt it.
Dean would rather know what he's risking his life for. That's just a character, you know. You guys might be satisfied with a paycheck, but I'm really satisfied with knowledge.
A way to beat hedge.
All right. Well, that's game for me.
I didn't hear what Gilbert said.
Nala, do you have a way to get us to Pandemonium? Do you have plane shift?
I have plane shift, but no forks.
Oh, we need a place to move.
I have the circle. We just need a way to get there.
So you what's on Pandemonium?
Our paycheck.
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
Well, their paycheck and the Book of Vile Darkness.
What's with all the talking? Why can't we just go and kill things?
Well, we need to have a way to get to Pandemonium.
Where on the plane of Pandemonium is this?
You remember where we were last time? When I rammed us through that portal at Dathu?
We walked right by it, didn't we?
We walked right by it.
Alright, let me see something.
So I've never been to Pandemonium. What's that like?
Loud, windy,
It's
endless
loud
caves, frog
and
people.
windy.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
do you feel about evil frogs that want to put
So
a disease egg in your
we need a bunch of earmuffs before we go. Do we have winter clothes?
Yeah, it's not cold there.
It's windy.
Yeah, but not cold. It's just deafeningly loud all the time, nonstop.
Okay, so earmuffs.
Is there any way that I could fabricate what's it, those muffs for shooting? The equivalent of
Wait.
contacts under.
Guys, we might not need the teleportation circle. We have to get to Dathu.
Okay.
Okay.
But about my my hearing, I'm like, if there's a risk of hearing impairment, I'd like to deal with that.
Oh,
What?
you guys do what Grub did and stuff the guts of his enemies into his ears.
That's That's probably not gonna work for me, boss.
Pass on that. Yeah.
I don't know. Can one of you guys like fabricate earmuffs?
I was trying to go a step further. I was trying to ask under if I can make the equivalent of like contacts.
How's that a step further? That sounds like a step sideways.
Goggles and
So
earmuffs.
you could try to fabricate like cotton and stuff like that to like make earmuffs that would dampen sound. What you're talking about are Comtacs, not contacts. And yeah, specialized sound equipment that can block out only like the sound. It's designed to filter out just the sound of a bullet and amplify all other sounds, so you can hear like footsteps and things. Is a bit beyond fabricate. Fabricate, it can really only make simple objects. Nothing quite so advanced as that.
I do have expertise in Tinker's tools, if that helps.
It really doesn't. There's no technology for that. This would be a magic item.
I know of a way to do this, actually.
Can you make programmed illusion into an object or something? You could maybe do it with that.
A wizard that specializes in illusion might be able to, but I can only make the illusion itself, which is at the end of the day just an illusion.
Well, you could make an illusion that like deafens you, maybe? I don't know.
No. I might be able to make an illusion that can make noise, but I can't
Couldn't
make
you
an
put?
illusion that
Couldn't you
stops
cast?
noise.
Couldn't you cast silence into some like? Oh no, silence is an
Silence
area of
doesn't.
effect.
Yeah, it doesn't tie itself to an object like that.
Here's the deal. If we need it to be deafened, Mina could handle that. There's not a problem. She has silence and she has warding wind, both of which have deafening effects. That's not what we need.
Yeah, I want to have my cake and eat it too, but I don't think there's a way to do that at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless you had something in mind, Spook. You said something, but I don't know what you were getting at.
You said you wanted some kind of sound amplification, right?
Sound suppression. Specifically, we're trying to suppress the sound of wind and allow all other sound.
I would much rather have no sound than the sound of wind.
Yeah. We can just develop like a system of hand gestures to communicate.
Yeah, we should just spend an inordinate amount of time teaching each other thieves' cant.
Or if we see enemies, we can just hold up a number of fingers for how many enemies and just point in directions that are relevant and use context clues and just skip the entire 12-week process for some people.
Yeah, but Gilbert's on a clock.
Yeah.
So we should make it longer for sure.
Wait, I'm on a clock?
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Oh,
with-
with the sheet of paper?
Yeah.
Oh no, you can have this thing back. I don't need it.
Yeah, with David, all you need to do is just tap on his shoulder, hold up like point over towards the enemy, and just like punch your hand.
Why don't we
thing.
just
How about-
use that slit throat
Mash.
gesture for kill it? And
Yeah,
then the
I like
hush
that plan.
gesture for hush?
But
How about we just point at things that are relevant and use context clues from there?
yeah, punch
Gilbert,
the
I'm going to need this teleportation circle.
Well, that's
Or
just,
wait,
you
no,
might
we just
not
need to
even
get-
need to use the circle.
We need to
If
get
the
to
gate
where
of
Death
Dathu is still running, we can just walk back in the way we got in.
Yeah, but David might probably not understand the throat slashing part because he might think that it
We
is
are
just
explaining
slashing.
that right now. If we put a thumb across our throat, that means there is somebody that we will point out and they have to die.
I like the pummeling one.
Sure, you can do that too.
We can use both. They are the
If-
same gesture.
If we
Smash.
get to Pandemonium and we point at somebody who is not one of us, they probably need to die.
All right.
Do we have we might want to gesture for let's not kill that one.
we do a hand gesture like waving, and then we point at that person.
If you point me towards somebody, they don't need to die yet. If you point Gilbert and David to somebody, they need to die.
Mm.
How about that?
Mina's just gonna hit things until they stop moving, and then if we want them back, you can fix it. Okay. Moving along. We got a way to get some earplugs. Ear protection.
I got access to metal and wood. We're gonna need like some softer materials, I think. We would want softer materials anyway. There was a bed here, right, Andrew?
Yes.
Could I like clean the bed and then use as materials?
I don't see why not.
All right. Okay, so I know I can only make one object, but what if I had like a super thin piece of metal between all the earmuffs? Could I get away with making all the earmuffs with one casting that way?
Sure.
I do the thing.
Okay.
Everyone
many-
has
how-
matching.
Yeah, matching pink fluffy earmuffs.
Perfect.
Mina is
Oh,
happy.
good God.
I don't know. They can be whatever color you want. I was just joking with it.
Pink.
They're all pink.
That's fine. Yeah, that's acceptable.
I prefer black or gray or something.
I
That
I
doesn't
just
work.
find
I
the
can
idea
always
of
make
the,
squirrels crawl into your ear.
the black and red colored paladin with pink earmuffs over his like helmet.
Beautiful.
When you find good gear, but it doesn't match the rest of your set.
Oh god.
Oh my
yeah,
god, I
and it's also
fucking
weird.
hate that in RPGs. Christ.
They're perfect.
'Cause I-
Mina shouts
Yeah.
that after putting on a pair.
What?
Huh?
All right. Basil, can you turn us into clouds? We have to get to Dathu.
What?
I will go AFK for a minute. I'll be right back.
We go in Minecraft creative mode travel. How many minutes did I spend, by the way, making gunpowder? So I can put that down.
You spend a half hour.
Oh, nice. Half a charge. And no, it don't work that way, but halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that. Was there a teleportation circle there that we could have used, or
We could, but we'd have to have an attuned fork and plane
teleportation?
shift.
Oh, that one's in. Okay, yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, I can do that. Though I think it might take multiple days from where we are. I'm not sure.
It'll probably take a couple of days, but there's a, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
Cue the Minecraft creative mode music fast travel
I'm playing
montage.
Minecraft right now.
Dude, I really want to play Minecraft or Terraria with some friends.
So
Yeah, I
you
think
Craving that.
cast a spell. You turn into gas. And you take off from Zoo heading towards Dathu. I assume you guys are just going in a straight shot across the desert?
Pretty much.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, so we're getting up and removing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
You spend 3 days traveling, even at the high speed of the gas cloud. It takes you 3 days.
Yeah.
Sleep? Question mark?
Well, yeah.
That includes long rests.
Could I squeeze in some what do you call it? I wish to make gunpowder. Could I squeeze in that in between?
Yeah, we're like skirting the edge of forced march here. We're not going to have spare time for that.
Good try though.
I mean, if you guys had a carriage that you could just carry him in and you went the slow way over land, sure, but you're not. You're actively
Yeah.
moving, so no.
It really is a shame nobody thought to get a carriage.
Or some
I
kind
mean,
of
we
flying
have one, but
carriage.
it's sitting back at the base.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We're trying to get places fast.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The last time I saw our original carriage, I was punching the shit out of it.
You know, we really ought to get one of those and maybe put a ballista on top. That'd scare some folks.
Ooh, yeah. I bet
We
nobody
have
can-
one of those. A dragon took it.
I'm pretty
You
sure
weren't
it
there
got
for
wrecked,
that.
though.
I know. Nina does
Wait,
not.
was he there for that?
I
No.
wasn't there for that, but you know.
Out of character, you weren't there for that.
Lamp shading some stuff.
Out of game knowledge.
So yeah, we do stuff.
Yeah, you do stuff. Let me pull up the old Dathu map.
Yes.
Stuff.
The Temple of Boom. .png.
Indiana Bones and the Temple of Boom.
No, seriously, I think that's what the image
Probably
was
not full
called
of
when Others
demons
shared it
this
with us.
time.
The Temple of
You think
Boom, and
it's-
it looks like a giant creeper.
It was called the Temple of Boom.
Man, this
Oh
session
my
is just
God.
all Minecraft all of a sudden.
That's fine. So so Mina has not necessarily been fully briefed on what happened there. I mean, Grub was there, but so there were Slod there. I assume she's been informed that much.
Mm-hmm.
Ye-
G Slotty.
So you guys are flying over the desert.
So what do we do when that portal doesn't work?
Just as a reminder, this is where this is Dathu. And you know, you land, there's some stairs that go down. There's a room with a bunch of columns. If you remember, you had a fight here previously with a certain someone named Kilvar.
Sounds like a scrub.
Yeah, the inside looked like this. And in the back room, there was a dark metallic ring set into the wall. And inside that ring is a glowing portal of a certain color that I shall tell you presently.
Purple.
Do you remember what color it was before? Because that,
Neon pink.
It was like copper or something, wasn't it? Or maybe
Magenta.
it was purple.
that's important information. Because this is going to take a long
It
time if
is
we're on the wrong
magenta
plane.
colored.
comm check?
Yeah,
I hear you.
guys.
Yeah, and it is a magenta portal inside the dark metallic ring.
The same color as last time?
Do you remember what it was last time?
Pretty sure it was magenta.
We're going to find out.
Oh, I do the drugs before I go.
Drugs? I like drugs.
I assume we did that this morning.
Yes, yes. Always start the day off with drugs.
Has there always been a Minecraft creeper for one of the battle maps?
Yeah, that's there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
That's
where
canon.
beat the
I
shit out of
remember this.
Kilvar.
That's canon.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
No.
Well, right this way, everyone. And I will step through the portal.
Mina follows.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
follow.
going.
All
Oh.
right.
Follow.
Also, under.
Mm-hmm.
If Gilbert feels like he's falling and then hits the ground, he'd like to try to roll forward to keep out of the area he immediately hit the ground on.
If Mina feels like she's falling, she's probably just gonna feather fall herself, and if she can actually, like she can get 5 creatures, so anybody else that's going in a like quick enough before or after her, she'll try to hit them.
Hey, Dr. Dean, how many temp HP are we getting?
18. Everyone that participates in the drugs gets 18 temporary HP.
You know, even Gilbert will take a hit of that.
Okay, so you guys land in a 10-foot wide, rough-hewn corridor running east to west. At your feet, as you guys pick yourselves up, you notice that there's this large dick drawn into the floor.
What
Guys, this
direction is
way.
it pointing?
It is pointing east.
We should go east.
Um,
Oh, so that's where
hold
Club
on. Before we continue.
The
There's
star
also
represents where
there's
the
also
kids-
these very biting winds, and you can kind of even through your muffled earmuffs, you can hear, kind of in the background that it's really loud here. What is the furthest people can? Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I'd like to fire off the light cantrip.
Oh, good. What is the furthest light that casts?
2020.
Mina's
Yes,
got
up to 20.
40 on her sword.
So we've
See, do I need
got
better than
80
that?
feet of dim light from Mina.
Okay, light cantrip is
I don't think
Yeah,
Mina has any
2020.
rope, but she's gonna rifle through the nearest backpack for some rope. As long as nobody tries to stop her. She might go for Gilbert's first, and she's gonna,
Gilbert's
hand
what first?
rope. She's gonna go through your bag looking for rope. There's probably some on the side of your pack, right?
She finds absolutely nothing.
You have no rope. Does anybody have visible rope on the side of
Yes.
their back?
No,
I
no.
do. I do.
I got a
Yeah.
10-foot
I can just
pole.
give you
It's
rope.
collapsible.
Mina's just gonna grab somebody's rope.
You're
And-
not doing anything right now. Give me a second.
Oh,
Oh, Gislati already lovely.
So, yeah, as you cast the light cantrip and the lights kind of extend out, it highlights a tentacled bit of slime that seems to be moving towards you. Please roll initiative.
oh, okay.
Orbit attack.
Neat.
Neat.
Oh my god, I rolled slightly better than my normal initiative.
I rolled
It's
about
always
average.
lovely when the denizens give us a nice, warm, friendly welcome. Look, I think he's got cookies.
How far is this light going right now?
You have about 80 feet of visibility.
Ooh, that's a lot. Wait, is that including dim light?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 40-40, because I have 60-60.
Oh, okay. Then you have 120 feet of visibility.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have it right now. Like, I
Ah.
have the ability to cast.
I have 90 feet of dark vision. That's what I have.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable that I would have prepared daylight in anticipation of this, because I've been here before.
Yeah, you also know that there is no natural light here, so.
Exactly.
Alrighty, but still, Mina goes first.
Oh, I think Spectre beat me.
Oh, I didn't see. The lieutenant's
Spooks
my
got
bad.
22.
All right, Lieutenant, you go first.
What do I see?
A slime.
Just a slime, nothing else.
Well, it has tentacles coming out of it. And yeah, that's all you see in this corridor. One creature besides the party.
How far out is it?
It is 70 feet away and closing.
Okay, I am going to try and find this damn thing on my spell sheet. Realize that I stopped keeping track of my spell sheet on the sheet after the 7th level because it started fucking freezing every time I wrote it down, so I gotta scroll back.
Do you have one of those new things? I'll give you one of the new things.
Ah, there it is. I am going to hit it with an incendiary cloud.
Okay. What is the save for that?
1 second.
Dex, I think.
Yeah, I think. I have to actually physically look it up.
I'm checking right now. 150-foot range, 20-foot radius. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
There is one thing that probably will affect it. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
Okay, so
I hope the
it
current
takes the
going to
initial.
us.
It takes the initial damage and then is going to be basically instantly dispersed, just be from the high winds.
Wait, which way is the wind blowing?
That's a good question that you probably should have thought about before you cast.
Didn't
19 on
realize there
save.
was- Yes,
Better
it
than a hit.
It's not blowing towards us, is it?
Lieutenant, does that pass?
Also, I wasn't aware that there was wind.
I
Pandemonium.
did describe it.
Yeah, it's a major miss.
Oof. I think that passes.
19 should pass. That's my DC with the 22 casting ability.
Okay, so yeah, you cast it. You see it take some damage from that. It doesn't appear to affect it overly much. And then you see, actually, let me check that. The cloud just sort of get pushed off of it, and it goes further away into the darkness beyond.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, we're clearing out the other denizens as well. Nice.
I mean, typically, once it's dispersed, the spell is completely ineffective. I don't know if Pandemonium changes that because it's Pandemonium.
All right, is there anything else, Lieutenant?
And I'm going to move back a bit.
Okay, how far? Full movement?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Mina.
Okay. Yeah, Mina will position herself towards the front of the group to
Uh-huh.
make sure she's blocking stuff so this thing doesn't get anybody. And then all she's going to do is cast Bless. She's going to cast it on herself, War, Dean, and Gilbert.
Avra.
Okay. War?
That gives us a +4 to damage, right?
It's a D4 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Awesome. Well, then this slime is gonna get peppered with air.
Okie dokie.
But I'm using my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on it first. And then I'm
Mhm.
firing at the rest of my turn.
Okay.
You,
Those
you forgot to add a D4, but it doesn't.
doesn't matter. Those all hit.
Boy, that's a lot of shots.
First turn burst or
Okay, you'll have to give me a minute.
Bet you guys never thought you'd find yourselves back here.
yeah, I did not expect this.
Yeah, I'd personally really like to know what the plan is that's causing us to have to.
Something all according to plan. I don't fucking know.
Uh-huh.
While we're waiting, Gilbert, you should recheck that PM I sent. I had to update one of the values.
Ah, okay. Out of curiosity, did the first value put us like square in the middle of a 300 by 300 stone wall?
No.
Okay.
But when I first glanced at the map, I had the scale off.
Ah,
Okay. Oh, damn.
I think that's right.
That's all magical piercing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, little bits of slime here. You hear sizzling coming from the bolts, sticking into him. Anything else?
No, I think I'm done.
Okay. Dean.
Wait a minute, I got a question. Hunter's Mark gives me an extra D6 to my weapon attacks. Does that mean every hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I shoot the slime.
Well, then I'm short some dice. Hold on.
Oh, go ahead and roll
You
it.
didn't cast it.
He did.
Oh, you did?
He did call it that he cast it.
Oh.
He just didn't have the dice. But Dean, you said you're attacking, so go ahead and make your attack rolls then.
Does it matter?
War's just rolling damage.
Oh, okay. He's not even bloody by that hot day.
No, he's not been bloodied yet.
This is an extra healthy slime.
I hit him 40 points of damage.
I don't think poking and burning Jello is going to do much to it.
I think that's only one hit.
That is only one hit.
Did you forget to add your thing?
You should add the
I
D4.
did forget to add my thing.
You should roll some D4s.
Okay, 10 and 14.
Yeah, you still only have one hit.
Thanks for reminding me.
I mean, that nat 1 was not going to hit regardless.
Uh, 20 points of magical person.
Okay.
And I'd like to get further away from slime, because that looks bad. I also direct my robot to get further away.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Alrighty. Yeah. So, this guy is going to move closer 40 feet and then leap the remaining distance to tackle Nala.
That should probably provoke an attack of opportunity from me.
That will, in fact, provoke several attacks of opportunity from Mina, Basil, and nope, that's it. Just Mina and Basil. Because it doesn't actually leave Nala's zone of control.
I'm going to be right back.
And
Is this an
then
attack?
Nala, this is technically this is a special ability it has. You need to make a strength saving throw.
Unless this hits.
This is a leap. It was basically it's a
Oh,
projectile.
okay.
So Sentinel will not apply. It did not actually spend any movement to do this, but it did move
gotcha.
through your space. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah. I grazed him, but I didn't get the interception.
Exactly. Mina and Basil
that's
do,
bad.
however, do hit him, so you can roll damage. And now, are you doing anything to that 9?
That's not a bad roll.
I'm going to look it.
Okay.
That is better.
Man, Warcaster and Sentinel is not a bad combination.
It is not.
I could be doing that with a leveled spell if I wanted to, actually, now that I think about it. But I won't.
Mina, did you roll damage?
There you
Oh, okay. How much of that was the 2d6 is fire, right?
go. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that 3d10 is acid. I don't know if that matters for this.
It does.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yeah, so your acid did not appear to have any effect on it.
All right, well, that answers that.
fire, acid, and poison, like the 3 most heavily resisted damage types.
However,
Yeah.
Mina's Sword Strike is able to bloody it as it hits Nala. Nala did resist being knocked down, restrained, and proned. And grappled. Sorry. Knocked down, grappled, and restrained. And Nala takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, whatever am I to do?
And then you start suffocating.
No,
Right.
no, it's
Okay,
it's basically
portal.
0 distance melee, but it's not on top of her. And with that, it is Gilbert's turn.
All right. How far away is this
Don't forget
It
creature?
your
is 5 feet away from you, and it in fact has an aura. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at the start of your turn.
A wisdom save.
Yes. I know.
Oh shit!
Oh,
And,
is Gilbert
and
in
again,
danger?
and again, you're blessed. Have a blessed day.
Wait. Why are you guys saying, oh shit, that I have to make a wisdom save?
I
I
just
have a
realized
plus 10 in wisdom saves.
Paladin.
He has his paladin aura, a positive wisdom,
So,
and
Gilbert, is that it?
And
18?
proficiency. Yep, 18 is it.
All right, that is enough. Nothing happens to you. What do you want to do?
This thing didn't envelop Nala, did it?
It failed to do so, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do the usual hack and slash.
All right.
Fairly certain I can hit.
That hits.
Out of curiosity, does this happen to be a fiend or undead? I doubt, but
No.
no. Okay.
27 also hits. No, this is an aberration.
All right. I'm gonna put some of Desmoit on it. We're gonna call it. We'll be conservative and use 3rd levels. Actually, hold on. I'm still not used to my new flat damage from strength. Okay, yeah. All right. Magical slashing and radiant.
Okay. Yeah, that hurt him. Nala, what's your spell list look like?
kind of weird.
Yeah, I figured
Are you-
because you're a bard. What's the highest level spell you have?
Highest level spell is 8th level. The most dangerous would be Disintegrate, cast up to 8th.
Okay. All right, good to know. Gilbert, are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Nala, you see like a slimy mirror version of you form inside the slime, and it shoots disintegrate at you. Please make a dex save.
I don't have a chance to counterspell.
That's a good point. You would, in fact, have a chance to counterspell.
And don't forget that bonus from being near me. Not for
And
your
a bless, I
counter.
believe, right?
Yeah.
I did not get blessed. It was mostly frontliners.
So you're going to have to roll the counterspell, obviously, unless you're upcasting it way high.
No, I'm just going with the regular 3rd.
Okay. Hey,
I'll
you.
throw.
Yeah? What are you doing?
I was going to throw Bardic at that, but if that works, I'll just mark it off and not bother rolling.
You're leaving it at 19. Okay.
I
yeah.
was throwing a Bardic at it either way, but yeah.
Yeah.
If 19 works, there's no reason to roll.
Yeah, 19 works. The spell fizzles. All right. And with that,
If
yeah, go ahead.
if this thing is copying all of my abilities, it does also have some bonus action stuff, mostly Bardic Inspiration.
Understood. But it is Basil's turn.
All right. Is this? How close is this to the party members?
It's in the middle of the party. It leaped and tried to tackle Nala.
Right.
Wait, haven't we fought?
I don't remember fighting one of these.
In the pyramid by the volcano.
I'm drawing a blank. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna cast a spell with my my.
Okay.
If I can scroll down and find it.
It just hit me. This place doesn't have sunlight. I can use the demon spear without worry of it going oof.
Okay, yeah,
Ha.
that's fifth. All right, I'm gonna take the. Well, yeah, I could probably do that. Well, how big is this thing? Let me ask you that.
It is a large creature.
Okay, I'm gonna. What is the area on this? Oh God, it's If I were to put a 10-foot cube like in the floor underneath this thing, would anyone else fall?
It would not immediately hit anyone.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna do that, and that 10-foot cube of stone underneath it is going to turn into an earth elemental, and then I'm going to turn into an earth elemental.
Okay, so there are 2 earth elementals up near it?
Yep, one of them is directly underneath it.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that'll be it. I'm guessing the earth elemental probably goes on my next turn if it's using mine. I think that was how we've done it before when I've summoned things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to. All right.
Okay. Well, at the end of your turn, now you're going to see your reflection kind of form in the slime again, and it's going to cast Disintegrate.
Oof. That's nasty.
It is nasty.
That is a dex save, please.
Do
That's
I
not
have
good.
Paladin auras?
You do have a Paladin aura.
And you're blessed. Oh, you're not blessed.
I'm
Fuck
not
you.
blessed.
Fuck
Plus
you.
4
Yeah.
from Gilbert.
Yes, that is 4 from Gilbert.
26.
Okay, you
Hmm.
dodge.
Is Disintegrate half on success?
Nah, it's all or none.
It is not.
Alright, that's good. Even half damage would hurt.
Yes,
Pro
yes,
tip.
it would.
Don't get disintegrated.
Yeah, 16d6 plus 40 is not fun to get hit with.
I make no such promises.
Okay, but now it is your turn.
Wonderful. This thing is bloodied.
It is.
How many people is it in melee with right now? Just me?
You and Mina.
And
Or
the
sorry,
earth
you
elemental.
Basil. Actually, you and the 2 earth elementals at this point. Not Mina, unless Mina has like the
I don't
15
suppose
foot sword.
Just the 10-foot range right now.
Okay.
Well, did it fall into that cube that I opened up?
Well, it's on top of the earth elemental that's in there.
Oh, okay.
So it hasn't really moved, but when that earth elemental gets moving, it won't be hard for it to fall down.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. He can take it.
Mm-hmm. So, Nala, what are you doing?
I will decide whether I want Dissonant Whispers or Disintegrate. Nobody's been hurt so far, have we? Besides me taking 6 damage.
Nah.
Alright, I will Dissonant Whispers this thing. That is a Wisdom save.
Okay.
If the Blob Mage has reactions, it would have my counterspell.
Understood. 17.
17 is a fail.
Okay.
11 psychic damage, and if it can, it uses its reaction to move away from me.
Okay, it moves its 40 feet and let's see, yada 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 yada. So it'd be 258. So this would provoke attacks of opportunity from both of the Earth Elementals, and it is now in melee with Mina.
Neat.
Basil, you hear me? Okay.
Yep, I'm doing both.
Those will both hit.
All right. I don't know if it's leaping again, but if
It is not.
then
It is
that's
simply moving.
okay. Then it's not moving.
Yeah. Well, it stops basically between you and Mina within both of your ranges.
Oh,
Am I still within 5 feet of it?
No, it moved away.
Full.
Oh yeah, so you get an
Then-
attack of opportunity too, Nal. Sorry.
I'm not taking it.
Okay.
And then Lieutenant's behind me, right?
Yeah. Lieutenant and Dean are both behind you.
I would like to back up in their direction, but staying at least 15 feet away, off to the side somewhere if I can. I don't know how wide this passage is.
It's only 10 feet wide.
Alright, I'll stay about halfway between that time.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, then in that case, is there anything else from you, Nala?
And then I'll give Gilbert a bardic inspiration, and that's my turn.
Okay, Lieutenant. Spectre?
Sorry, what was I saying?
You see the slime between the Earth Elemental, formerly known as Basil, and Mina.
Alright. Guess I'll just try hitting it with a firebolt.
Okay. Well, that's a crit.
Sorry, knock at my door. Ooh, nat 20.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you hit him. It took damage, just wasn't particularly effective. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, Mina, it is within 10 feet of you.
Okay, you want to roll for the day so I know whether...
I
Because I'm
already
going to
did.
definitely smite. Okay.
You have smites.
Neat. Well, I'm attacking recklessly, obviously.
As you are wont to do.
Three attacks.
And 3 hits.
And with just a couple of mid-tier smites. And then let's plus 48. I think that's all the things. And the 46 will be the fire damage. There you go.
All right. Mina hacks and slashes and splatters the slime all over the walls. There's like this wet slurping sound as like the part of it like just falls off the wall and lands on the ground nearby. You guys are out of initiative.
Hmm.
oh.
Cool.
I give everybody the thumbs up with my free hand.
That
Excellent.
was really weird what it did with the copy of Nala.
That was
I'm
weird.
pretty sure we fought this before.
I don't remember that, but okay.
The pyramid,
Neither
the
do I.
Technicolor ooze, copy the fire breath.
I think that was different.
But it burns.
I wish to take a sample of this with a vial. Whatever's left of the slime.
Okay, sure.
I'd like to give myself one of those like badass handshake high fives that they do in
Yeah,
when
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, normally with like earth elementals, there'd be like this loud crash and like this like rock grinding noise as you do it, but no one can hear that because of the earmuffs.
All right, I'll pop off see invisibility in my robot. Will also get the see invisibility.
Okay. I'm curious, does that look into the ethereal or just invisibility?
Just invisible.
Okay.
See invisibility does go ethereal.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, you notice that going through the glass of your vial and all over all the remains of this are these little ethereal tendrils kind of like wiggling out of the remains.
What the
freak.
fuck?
Did I miss my turn? Damn it.
Dude,
Oh, they killed it before it got to
Initiative
you.
is over.
I wish to study this thing. I
Kinda
got
freak.
to have the thing. Oh shit.
Gene,
Okay.
what did you do?
It looks fancy. It's got like tendrils and shit. Are they still moving?
Yes,
Yeah,
they are moving
What
and
the
undulating.
fuck? This is
It's a
really
slime.
interesting.
Gooey stuff is what they do. It's just a ball of slime.
It's still fucking moving. This is so bizarre.
I'm
How
just
much of
gonna-
this slime is left?
Maybe a pint.
I yoinked the pint. It is in this flask.
Okay. All right, but yeah, you guys are standing in this windy tunnel.
All right. Under.
The fire
I
on my
would like-
sword's got to be going crazy.
Yeah, it
I would
is.
like-
It's like it's like when there's like a flag and like a gale wind, just kind of trailing behind you.
I would like to detect magic, for our prize.
Okay.
The Book of Aldar.
Yeah. You
Wait, did I
cast.
say detect magic or
Yes,
not
yes, you
detect
did.
magic? Locate object.
Ah, okay. Locate object. Hey, that sounds a much more reasonable.
Yeah, I know, right?
Come
Okay.
to this plane and look in the 30 feet near you.
All right, you cast locate object. It does not detect any such object within 1,000 feet of you.
All right. What is the path that I see before us?
Well, you see that the path goes forward about 60 feet, branches off T-junction going south and going forward, which you can, to the edge of the darkness that you can see, trails off.
You said that we passed it, right? We should follow the dicks.
Hold on.
There is one
So we're
deck.
looking.
It's where you entered.
We are looking for about 200 feet southeast. Nala, do you think you would be able to help guide us, or at least, actually, Nala and Dean, would you be able to keep approximate track of that kind of distance?
Gilbert, maybe you should reread that real quick.
I missed something.
I don't think you said the direction quite right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, when you updated the thing, I noticed was the distance change, not the direction one. Sorry, east southeast.
the direction didn't change, but you just said the wrong thing.
Oh. Shit, what did I say? Ah, who cares what I said? 200 feet east-southeast.
Okay.
So which way do you guys go?
East.
Right. Okay.
To the right. Straight ahead. Assuming we're facing east.
Yes, that is the east. So yeah, you get to the G-junction.
Yes.
You can see a path going south straight and a path going east straight.
Hmm. Do we see any dicks?
No, you do not.
Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure we went south last time. And then, after following that pathway, we encountered some slotty who went on a jihadi and kicked the shit out of him. Dean, could you send your familiar?
See, I was actually thinking that, but the boat is probably going to be blown away by the strong-ass winds.
That sounds like an incredibly effective way to get it down the hall.
Is the current going that way under, or is
The
it
wind
going
is currently
towards us?
blowing west.
Curses, the opposite direction. Wait, on the upside, that does mean that we will be able to spot them. We can smell them. Yeah, let's start by going shit. Under. What were our choices again?
You can go east or you can go south. You came from the west.
Let's start by going south.
All right. They go south.
War, if you would be so kind as to sneak ahead of us, you have dark vision, yes?
Yep.
Yes, if you could sneak ahead of us outside of the light that we're producing, that way you'll see the enemy before they see our light.
Sure. I can do that, I guess. Do you need a stealth roll there under?
I will, in fact, need a stealth roll. You are very sneaky.
Okay.
So you go south. The corridor then turns to the east. Goes another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 feet before turning south again. How far is your dark sight?
90 feet.
Okay. You see, when you go to that last corner looking south, that the corridor goes about 60 feet before opening up into a larger chamber, in the center of which you see a creature standing. A creature which looks like this.
Well, that looks delightful.
This is fine.
I am going to move back and inform the party what that is.
Boy, that sure looks like a boss room if I've ever seen one.
A what?
What? No, my boss.
My
room
bosses
doesn't look
are
anything
right
look like.
here.
No, you see, the slime that we fought was an underling. That's the boss.
Or was there
That's
like
what's
a
going
desk
on.
in there?
Slimes
have a
don't
secretary?
need this. He might have had a secretary, but he probably ate her.
I've never had a boss with a desk.
This guy can't be a very good boss if he doesn't have a desk.
He
Well,
probably
Gilbert's
does have a desk or did have a
Probably.
desk, but probably like ate it. Because
Gilbert, you've
slimes
got a
do that.
desk, right?
It sounds
What?
like flagrant incompetence in the
You guys have a
workflow.
desk?
I thought Gilbert
When
has
did
it.
I
that
have-
I
happen?
don't.
When did I get a desk?
I know you
Oh,
guys
no.
joined a chair.
We did all our
I think-
recruitment at a tavern table. Never mind.
Yeah, we did it at the local lunch table.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
So we fight the slime thing.
So there's something we need to hit a bunch with stuff.
Before we continue that way, let's also check out
I'll
the
just bless everybody again, and we can run in if that's what you want.
let's check the other route as well.
Why would we do that? That sounds way
Ye-
worse than fighting a thing and then killing the thing and then taking its loot. Aren't we here for loot?
I mean, we're here for a very specific piece of lore, but yeah.
Loot's also nice.
Lore, loot. I mean, there's like 2 of the same letters in there, so.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I'm kind of thinking we should send War to check out the other passage, the east-going one. Actually, based off the directions we were given there, Nala, Dean, does that sound like a couple hundred feet in that direction? Does that sound like it would put us closer to?
How are we having this conversation?
By yelling.
Yeah, you're
Very
just like
loudly.
you're yelling yourselves hoarse.
Probably like within 5
I have
feet of
the
each
power
other.
of thaumaturgy.
So much. I mean, it's fortunate for us that it's so fucking loud because stealth is.
Out the window.
Mina's just gonna lean against the wall, super bored until they decide what the fuck they're doing.
War, could you check out the eastern corridor?
Sure.
You said east southeast was the direction you were looking at,
Yes,
Gilbert?
east southeast, 200 feet.
All right, where will you slink off down that corridor? It eventually turns south. And you can see it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet with a T-junction, continuing another 30 feet before both end up being easterly.
Have a good one, Spike.
Bye,
Have a
Spook.
good night.
All right, so I'm gonna head that way and head back and tell her what I saw. How far do I want? Will they want?
Well, are you going back to the party or are you going forward to one of those junctions?
I'm gonna sneak up and check out one of those junctions and see what happens.
Alrighty.
The floor collapses.
Yeah, so you sneak up to that first junction and you see it goes 10, 20, 30, 40 feet, opening up a little bit. And beyond that, you can see that it then goes back down, though it's shifted a little, into another corridor that is still going east. Just give me a second and I'll post a full map kind of the area you just explored.
That'd be super helpful.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Warner, so here's what I'm describing.
Well, one of these places look more east than south. We should probably go east. I haven't fully explored the south, though, so for all I know, it could come back up to the northeast.
So what do you do, War?
Well, I suppose I'm gonna go east. See how far I can go.
Okay. So you keep going east. Turns out when you get to that area where it widened out a little bit, there's another opening going south 20 feet before banking back to the west. Ahead of you to the east, it's another 15 feet to a T-junction with options to go forward or south. And then beyond that, 10, 20, 30, 40 feet with another T-junction, options to go north or south.
Well, I'm gonna go back and regroup with the party and inform them that this fucking place is a mess.
Yeah, it is kind of a maze.
Almost as if it was generated on a whim. Some chuckle fucks just charged into a mysterious portal. Each square there is
5 feet.
what, 10 feet? 5 feet?
I'm back.
Out of curiosity, under east, southeast would indicate something like east, but going south at like a 30 or 25 degree angle.
Yeah, it's east of southeast.
Yeah, it's trending more east than southeast.
I just want to make sure I'm not suffering from a terminal case of like.
It's halfway between east and southeast.
Right.
Okay, I say we go to that farthest, most extended section.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. We should do the thing.
Hey, how long have we been traveling down here since we fought that thing?
A few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Tim, I'll be right back.
So we go to the place.
Okay.
Indeed.
Where exactly are you going?
The eastmost area.
Right, I know
Okay,
that,
yeah.
but you have multiple options. So yeah, you
Okay,
travel
well,
all like
the top east one.
right, but you can go
Yeah,
to
go
like that,
east.
that little room there where you have the options to go east, south, and south. Like, you know, you can head there pretty easily.
So, that square room that's larger than the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
we'd like to go there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're there.
Oh, east to the T intersection.
Okay, so you have an options for going, continuing east or going south.
Just 5, 10.
We continue to go east. I think that's what we should do. And then we'll have a choice
To the
between
south,
north
you
or
can
south.
see that there's a T-junction option to go east, and at the bottom, and then if you or go straight south, which is another T-junction options to go east or west.
What about that thing at the far right of the photo? Is that a spot that goes north?
Yeah, so the far right is a T-junction going north and south.
Yeah, let's head north.
Into the wall, you're at that T-junction where you have an option to go south or east.
Oh no, let's go back up and then go to the northeastmost section.
I don't suppose we
Wait,
can
wait,
try to
no.
remember which way we're trying to go if we've been here.
Yeah, not this tunnel.
Are
Okay,
there
so
any dicks drawn anywhere still?
They only saw the,
The big
one
letter-
dick.
the big letter T that's on this image that creates. We'd like to go to the top of the T intersection, go east
Mhm.
until we get that corridor that goes north and south.
Right. Okay.
And then we'd like to go north.
Okay. Well, you can tell that that going south would just be a corridor.
I just all I heard was you can tell, and then you cut out, and then something about going south.
So to the south, you can tell it's just a corridor. When you get to that junction, you look north, you can see it goes way north. About 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet north of you is another T-junction with an option to continue going east.
Dean, can you start popping your familiar along this wall?
I think its capabilities are going to be very limited by the wind.
No,
I
I'm saying
tried to pop
popping
it.
onto the other side.
Oh, the other side of this wall?
You know, the door check.
Oh,
Try to pop
yeah,
to the
that's
other
right.
side of the wall.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of familiar is it right now?
It is a spoder.
So it goes flying, right?
Pretty
That's
much.
what I'm saying. I mean, the spoder's drugged up, but spoder's still a spoder. Know what I mean?
Pretty sure spoders can't reach terminal velocity.
Unless
They
they're
have no
going
limit.
really, really fast.
I mean, they can reach their terminal velocity.
Also, terminal velocity only applies to still air. If the air is propelling you, you can go exactly as fast as the air is pushing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, what does spoder see for like a few moments before
I don't know
it
where you're
goes,
popping him.
I think
Like
he tried to
they keep
pop
saying
him
they
on-
pop on the walls. Which walls are you popping? Why don't you take that image in
Um,
paint and just kind of draw like a line along the wall you want to check like this?
Actually, Dean, before you hop right on and do that, can we try to make like a survival or an investigation check or something to see if we're kind of getting those directions in the right area?
Especially if we've been here before.
Yes, you can make a survival check to do so.
I'd like to volunteer to do that.
I'd like to help him.
You know, I have posted maps of this place before, so if you guys happen to have those, that would be, you know, that because I don't think you guys actually have in character a map of this area. You just have your
Grub would
memories of
certainly
being here
not.
last time.
Grub
Yeah,
certainly
the-
wouldn't have written anything down. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
going to
the
know.
in-character map that we had of this was lost when my book got crushed by a falling building.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I could go look back there, but that would be awful and super metagaming.
Did you say this
I'm
was
too
a
lazy.
survival check?
yes, it is.
Nice.
All
Cool.
right, you know that you know from that check, you're able to determine you're about 150 feet, or sorry, you're about 250 feet from your starting location
Okay.
at that T junction that goes north and south.
And what were they trying to do with the walls again? What was... I'm asking Dean.
Sorry, shit. I goddamn, I keep looking at the scale wrong. Sorry, you're at about 300 feet from the starting location.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
But I
trying
was gonna-
to.
It sounds like, guys, we might need to back it up a little.
But what was
Perhaps
Dean
back-
trying to do though?
The familiar
Oh,
can
s-
appear within 5 feet of the caster, so
10 feet.
10 feet, but it doesn't require line of sight, so you can try to blindly cause the familiar to appear on the other side of doors and such. So you can check for if there's a secret door by trying to pop it onto the other side of it. If it's not a free space for it to pop into, it just would appear next to you.
Right.
So you can check for cavities behind walls that way.
You know, I could just do that.
That is true. These are just natural cavern walls.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
wait,
just
shit.
I'll
yeah.
run my hands. I'll run all four of my 2 sets of hands through the walls and try to find anything that isn't.
Okay. And you do that while Gilbert's directing you back towards the 200-foot area.
Yeah, sure. I'll walk on one side and the other guy will walk on the other side, and we'll just be feeling.
Okay. You do that. You start doing that, and then your hand catches on a spot.
Oop, I found something.
Because there is no stone there. Like, you're pushing, and then you stop because it's no longer natural stone.
So, am I feeling air or am I interrupted by
Metal.
something?
You are feeling
Metal.
metal.
Yeah, guys, there's something here, and I'd like to continue sliding around it to, I guess, get the shape of it if I can.
Well, if you see in that corridor and just kind of like keep going until you can put your hand through again, it's 5 feet long and about
Okay.
10 feet wide, or about 10 feet tall. It's about a door shape.
Yeah. All right.
And
Yeah, there's some kind
when
of door
it
in
goes
here.
down, can anyone ritual detect magic?
Well, I'm probably going to go in further and see if I can check out what's behind.
Oh, like as a stone elemental?
Yeah.
Earth elemental? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll do that and see if I can go behind it or if this is encasing.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. And you do eventually trace out a perimeter.
Cool.
X.
Furiously tries to uncover section.
And
I
you
have no
feel
clue.
metal resisting you in kind of a boxy shape.
Okay.
So you end up with knowing about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right. I'll describe what I've felt to the party and basically say that there's like some kind of vault.
All right. Under, I would like to divine sense.
Okay.
Like right in front of this metal door spot.
This is
Yeah.
lead, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't detect anything.
This is definitely lead.
Oh, absolutely. Can anyone here ritual cast detect magic?
Not in my current form.
I do the thing.
Yes.
And then yeah. Let's see what happens to get that off.
Yeah, ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
And under, I'll cast see invisibility.
Okay. You cast see invisibility and detect magic. See invisibility does not change anything. Let's say I need to look up something about detect magic. Is that blocked by lead?
Probably.
Most things seem to be blocked by lead.
Yeah. Yeah, so you cast it, you don't detect anything.
Okay. Well, I could fabricate that wall gone. I try to pop my spoder on the other side of it, actually. Let me do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Does your spider have dark vision? Because
It sure does.
Excellent. All right. So you are looking at a chamber, an opulent chamber. Purple silk banners shimmer as they hang on the walls. A velvet carpet covers the floor, and gold threading in the shape of an eye is like embroidered on those banners. In the center of the room, resting on an adamantine pillar, a book lays. Behind the spider, it sees a gray metal wall from floor to ceiling and from wall to wall.
What's the title of the book? I got to know.
Well, your spider kind of climbs up, and you kind of get, it looks like an old leather book, and as soon as your spider touches it, it dies.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a bad book. Yeah, it's
The
a
book we're
spooky
looking
book.
for.
Yeah. It oofed the spoder. Rip spoder.
All right. Under.
Mhm.
I would like to look at the stone in front of me,
Yes, it is stone.
and I would like to cast Dispel Magic at the 9th level.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic. Please roll.
I'm not actually used to doing this. What's
Make
that?
a
Just like,
Charisma
what's my
ability
mod?
check.
All right.
Is it always charisma or is it your spellcasting?
It's your spellcasting
modifier?
ability modifier, or
Right.
spellcasting abilities. Okay,
Now, hold on. This is an ability check.
it is.
Let me see if there's something that applies to that.
Favored by the gods.
Has it been 10 minutes since the fight with the slime thing?
Yes,
How long has it been actually?
20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No, shit, that's a saving throw, Mr. Tackle. Okay. Yeah, I'll just roll with a 16.
You don't want
Okay.
to do favored?
There is no
I can't use
appreciable
favored.
effect.
Well, I could try to punch through it. Doesn't look that.
Before you, Under, I'd like to feel around for a door handle or knob
Okay,
groove.
I
Sure.
can just try and dimension door through it.
I'd rather we not do something so risky yet.
all right. Well, Gilbert, you do not find any knobs or any things like that. You can make an investigation check, actually.
I'm sorry, did you say anything about what the door was supposed to be like, or what the entrance portion of that room was supposed to look like?
He
when
said
you
it was
spot-
a door. He said it was door shaped. There might not actually
Yeah.
be an.
Yeah, but that's useful information. Like,
No apparent seams that you can find. It appears to just be, when you look in front of you, it just looks to be natural stone wall, like everything else down here.
Is this magic?
It didn't ping off as magical to me when I got detect magic running. I
it's
think
just
we
lead.
just
can you
fabricated
just
it.
point out to Mina where the wall is supposed to be a door? You just
Sure.
About
Okay.
10 feet to the left of where that room is, or that open
Right.
area.
Mina's just
Oh,
gonna
God.
kick the wall really hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make
That'll
an
work, right?
athletics check.
And David and Mina both do it at the same time to put more force into it.
Sure, you have advantage, Mina.
I don't know why
Neat.
I'm letting these guys do.
Mina has a plus 15 on her athletics.
All right.
Huzzah, expertise.
Yeah, so the
Does
wall
David
just
roll?
crumbles inward. You guys hear kind of like a tearing sound as you realize that you've basically busted down the stone wall there and torn the lead sheeting that was on the other side.
Mina
Oh,
gives
cool.
a big old thumbs up.
I'll
Turns
walk
back.
in and look around.
I'd like to offer you 2 high fives from enormous stony.
You guys are tall enough, unlike the spider, you can actually get a good look at that book on the pillar. It looks like this.
It looks evil.
Don't
I
touch
will
it.
touch it.
Don't go in there yet.
He's in there. She's in there.
Wait,
I
we should
want
have,
to look my knowledge shoulder because I am.
if
I
anyone
want to
touches it, we should have the earth elemental touch.
That sounds like a great way to get hurt by it.
No, the other one.
I mean, don't enter the room just yet. Give me a second.
As Nala entered the room to try to look at the book, I'm like right behind her
Under?
looking
Pretty sure.
because I got to know.
Under, did you get the PM?
I just saw it. Let me
Okay.
read it.
Nobody go in there yet.
Of course, I'm not at that section in my book.
Yeah. If we're gonna take chances with this thing in my time of being possessed, I'd prefer to be careful about it. I'd like to reduce how long I stay possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. And then Gilbert turns on the party.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. I'd just rather not risk something that, puts this book beyond our grasp by rushing.
Yeah, cue the Always Sunny in Philadelphia theme. Gilbert turns on the party.
Oh god, that'd be a fucking bloodbath in this kind of close quarters combat.
He breathes.
Okay. It should. Wait, hold on a second. Okay. So, information I have could be overly literal, but we should be clear to enter the room. Just based on what happened with the spider, maybe be careful about touching.
Well,
Gilbert.
somebody's
Robert.
gonna have to touch it.
Robert, open the book. Robert, show it to all of us.
I'll go in and I'll look at the book.
So will Gilbert.
Okay.
I'll stay outside.
So I'm looking at this fucking book. I don't care what happens to me. I got to know what's in there.
All right. So who's opening the book?
I don't know. I said things first, but other people were looking
mean-
at things.
Probably let the
I'll
robot do
do
it.
it.
No.
I'm also willing to. If all three of us just kind of touch it simultaneously.
I'm fine with that.
You guys touch it.
It's an awful idea.
It is,
It
and I love it.
feels gross, and you get like this feeling of wrongness when you touch it.
Evil. I don't care. Have we opened it yet?
I will open the cover and look at the inside and the first page.
And I will stare at it.
Does
I also
space
stare
turn
at
into
it.
molten wax? All his eyeballs fall out.
Okay,
but if-
you open the book and you can see inside a page of markings in a deep rust red color that does not appear to be decipherable by any of you. None of you know what that says. But you can tell that it's evil just looking at it.
I would like
Cast
to pick up the
comprehend
book.
languages. Does it change anything?
It does not.
Does it seem like a cipher?
Must not be written in a language.
It could be an incomplete diagram of something.
Does knowing abyssal, draconic, celestial, infernal, Terran, and deep speech help me at all figure out what this?
You would expect it to, but you still have no idea what that those are even letters that you're looking at, much less what it says.
Does it look like an incomplete blueprint or something?
No, it's not a diagram, it's
Guys.
all text.
Guys, for the purpose of this, I need to claim the book. Otherwise, my time keeps ticking.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Gilbert is going to pick up the book,
Okay.
clutch it in his hands.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You can definitely
Um,
tell it's magical.
Are you done?
Give me a quick second to check my info again.
So what, we're going to spend hours reading this thing or trying to understand what the hell it is?
Uh, yeah. we might want to get out of Pandemonium.
I could just fabricate the wall back up. No one would disturb us here. If you're concerned about that.
All right, how to get out of Pandemonium now?
Well, I mean, we're gonna have an air problem at that point. I just mean let's. You guys remember that plan where we could pop ourselves into a demi-plane, then banish the lieutenant out?
We don't have Lieutenant here at the moment.
I know,
Yeah.
at the moment at least. At least temporarily, we should probably pop open the mansion that Nala possesses. Nala has the mansion, right?
I do have the mansion.
All right, we should probably pop that, and then I'll have to read the book in order to complete the contract.
Well, the mansion's basically a demi-plane. We could do the same thing.
That's what I'm suggesting. Oh yeah, we could do it from the mansion. All right,
Although, wait, no, you can't access the mansion if you're on another plane.
that's right. It'll just shunt you out. But we might want to be in there at least while we.
Alright, I will pop open the mansion if that's what Gilbert wants.
That is indeed.
I am going to follow him around and just try and take notes on anything that would make sense in the book while he studies it.
I'm doing absolutely the same thing as well.
Yeah, is there like a library in here? Gilbert would like to start. Well, first, I guess under. I mean, if it's magical, I guess I'd like to attune to it.
Okay.
That's step one.
Mm-hmm.
Mad lad idiocy right here.
All right, you guys spend an hour watching Gilbert attune to this book. Gilbert, you have... I need to know what your alignment is. This is one of the
All
few
right.
items that matters.
Of course.
Pandemonium 3, Gilbert fucking dies.
At this point, Gilbert fucking dying is like, oh, okay, I'll be back in like a day or two.
Just another Saturday night. Gilbert's dead.
Yeah, at longest, Amazon shipping Gilbert's soul back to the mortal coil is about 7 to 10 business days, and that's if you don't have a Prime subscription.
Amazon Prime Material.
I am the Prime subscription.
Hey, speaking of Prime Material, Dean, do you think you could possibly create a tuning fork that's made of steel and plays a... Or would know how to do that?
All right, good. All right, Gilbert, just wait on. I gotta copy and paste a bunch of stuff.
It's really good of us to put this item in the possession of literally anyone instead of in a place where nobody is going to get.
I mean, it was extremely easy to get it. Like,
Yeah, man.
holy shit.
Oh, you mean
It's-
extremely easy to find it behind the literal fake wall inside of a lead-lined room? Inside of
think he means
Pandemonium?
that.
It's a
I mean more the
temporary arrangement.
circumstances in which we were able to come to this information.
Yeah, I think, well, I'm more surprised by how quickly we found. It's almost like it wanted to be found.
There
Yeah.
are extenuating circumstances.
A
Extenuating
spooky contract was signed and a book was found.
Yep, all for the purposes of defeating a god emperor.
And if we further our own causes along the way,
You know, we could
That's
probably
good.
make everything incredibly worse if we just gave the book to Pedro. Like, how much worse could we make it?
Probably a lot.
should we hide this book back after we're done
Because-
reading it?
Because definitely,
Um,
if he gets it from us, it's going to be very bad.
Yeah.
I
I don't
mean-
want another Rod of Chaos thing going on, because that would be very bad.
Our ability to hold on to our property is questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tend to get beaten up and mugged by things that are bigger and stronger than us. Mostly because we walked into their homesteads, said "fuck you" and all your stuff, acted like right proper cunts, and then they, justly beat the shit out of us and took
Right
some of our
proper.
stuff.
Honestly, I'd say we get the information we need out of it, put it back, and then seal up that.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I think
So here's the
further
problem,
measures
though.
would be even better.
Yeah, here's the problem. It's been found once. A hiding spot is only good while it stays hidden. We don't even know if we're the first people to find it there.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it would
this-
be even better if less of us knew about it. We should just, I mean, Mina wouldn't suggest this, but we should just kill everybody except whoever hides the book.
What the fuck, man?
We could just demi-plane it, I suppose. That would be an easy solution.
Yeah, you just attuned to a very, very powerful item. There's a lot of shit involved.
Okay.
It is a book of evil.
Yes.
You might even say it's vile and
Also, so, yeah.
You want us to go ahead and get you the hand and eye of Vecta while we're at it?
that'd be wonderful.
Under. Do I also get affected by alignment things since I was staring at the book throughout
No,
this
you didn't
shit.
attune to it. Gilbert, you also lost 15 pounds.
Oof.
I lost 15 pounds?
Your character now weighs 15 pounds less.
Oh my god, what a weight loss program. All right.
Do we all just
Out of-
hear the clink?
Yeah, out of curiosity, where did this pounds come off of?
Everywhere.
Did he
Dude.
lose like
You
muscle?
look slightly more emaciated than before.
Does this look like Lichy emaciated or
No, it looks like
starving person?
one out of every every 15th molecule was removed from him.
Ouch.
He has no good molecules left in him. He is now completely evil.
Yes, I now serve the forces of evil.
Oh my god.
Soon my vile darkness will consume the world. Indeed, yes.
Gilbert, you should have. Gilbert, there's a couple things you should really pay attention to from those secondary effects.
Let's see.
Nina.
Secondary effect.
Yeah, 3 and 4 will especially matter, and 5, I need to know what your flaw is first.
Okay,
Nina. Fetch me the spray bottle.
just a second. Okay, damn. Damn, yeah, number 4 is oof. Okay.
Should we
flaw.
hit you in the head with a large object until you're dead?
So under.
We can just resume
What-
if we do that.
I've been keeping track of my flaw. So I have to ask. Does the flaw I obtained from the Dragon Soul override the original flaw that I
No,
gave
you have both
Gilbert?
flaws. I need to know what your current
Okay.
flaws are. Just put them in the PM.
Now he has multiple personality disorder with multiple flaws.
Oh,
don't
man,
make
no,
sense.
this is-
You guys are in the
okay,
mansion, right? So you're all just kind of like sitting around there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Dean
yeah, I'm
and I
walking
were
around.
watching Gilbert
Okay.
trying to make sense
Yeah.
of any notes.
We're all just
Yeah,
hanging out in the
okay.
living room.
We don't have legend lore, do we?
No.
I did, but I only have so many spells and we only used it once.
Yep. We also had somebody else with it for a time.
Book map.
Yeah. I mean,
He's-
that's no longer a player character. We can technically still use him.
Eh,
Nah.
Um. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure he's incredibly busy taking care of the dog that I purchased and then gave to him so that he could do all the work raising it.
Gilbert,
and
that
we
works.
could
That's all I
ignore it.
need to know.
Oh, okay.
So, Dean, do you know if you could create a tuning fork to get us?
Are Are you sure? Because I have a couple of other madnesses that could be considered flaws.
I can type it in chat.
I've got like text blocks
What,
clogging up
what
my
was the
info
adventure
section.
we went on that had us purchase winter gear? Isn't that when we had people teleport back to the old world and pick up a bunch of groceries?
I think the winter gear was specifically because it was either winter or because we had to go north to pick up the lieutenant.
Yeah, that was
That's
the
right. How long ago was that when we went and picked up the lieutenant and there were cannibals? That was when we met Pejima, right?
around that time. Yeah,
How long ago was that, Under?
I don't remember. A while ago.
I ask because we purchased a puppy and I'd like to know how large the dog is.
You purchased a puppy?
yeah, we have a puppy that Bookmop is currently playing with.
That,
I remember
that
him.
was like within a week of ending the Abyss arc.
Yeah, the
Oh,
post
in
Abyss
that
arc.
case, it's only been like a month. So,
Okay, it's still a puppy.
yeah, it's still a puppy.
It's a
Maybe a little
larger puppy.
Interesting.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, Under, do we compound on the situation with the other madness effects I have?
They
Of course, for
remain.
maximum
They
funness.
remain. That just replaces Arrogant Tyrant.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Ah,
What's replacing Eric and tires?
You don't have any
yes,
air in
yes.
your tires?
My inflated tires have been replaced.
No, Eric
With
and
evil.
Yes, my
No
tires are now
inflated tires.
What did
Hmm.
Eric do to get replaced?
He became
Okay.
evil. He is now
This is
replaced by Derek.
certainly interesting.
When he lost all that weight, did he grow a goatee? Did the rest of his hair fall out? Is he
Does
now
he
a
have
bald
horns
man
now?
with an evil goatee?
Oh man, he's got to have a twirling mustache. He's got to have one.
He's got a kind of bushy mustache, but it's like not gentlemanly bushy, and it only goes to the sides of his nose.
9.
No, he doesn't have that. He's got like a big black like trapezoid on his upper.
Alright.
You know what I'm talking about.
Just flaw.
Yeah. Now-
Okay.
Yeah, now remember that some of these only take effect after you spend the 80 hours reading and studying the book.
Which sections of that?
The things that say when you spend the requisite amount of time.
Okay, but the secondary effects are automatic?
Unless they say otherwise. If they say while attuned, it's just while attuned. You're now attuned. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are attuned.
Yes.
You have not spent the requisite time yet.
Okay.
So for things that just require attunement, you're attuned. For things that require more information, require more studying, that is not done yet. Also, when the rest of you were watching him flip through the book as he was attuning to it, every page looks just as indecipherable as that first one.
Damn.
Gilbert, though, you can understand what's on it.
Alright.
It's written in the language of madness.
Sort of.
Second.
Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
Milk for the cornflakes.
Now it's more like all work and no play make Jack a dull boy.
Interesting with that last secondary effect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm really fucking tempting fate.
Now there is also a spell that can, calm emotions.
Oh, that
Um,
also applies?
Well, yeah, if you get calmed down by magic, it would also calm you, but without it, there's only that other option.
Oh my. I know you can't see this, but I'm like constantly twirling. This thing, I have a mustache. Like I have
So,
a beard, but like
while we're
specific.
in here, hanging out, and he's reading this crazy book, let me just get like a divine sense of what the hell, like just hang out over here and just divine sense what's up over here in this general area around the book with
You
Gilbert in it.
cast Divine Sense. You now have a splitting headache as you have a beacon of pure evil right in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It seems
Yeah.
to saturate to the point where you can't tell if there's anything other than that beacon in the space.
Yeah, Mina's just gonna go ahead and say, with her head splitting, that she's gonna go have a drink, and that book ain't right.
Well, see, there's your problem. Pure.
All right.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Nala, how large is your mansion?
Good question.
It's as big as it needs to be. Isn't it?
It
Mina's
has
gonna-
a room, a size limit, I think.
Mina's gonna drink until her headache goes away. I don't know how long that's gonna take.
You drink until you pass out.
That's what she does.
All right,
Turns
cool.
out the hangover feels better.
I
It
assume
does.
that's true.
It would, actually.
Yeah. Replace one headache with another.
50 cubes, 10 feet on each side, so 100 square feet times 50.
I'm gonna expend a charge on that monocle I have and use the Gem of Seeing.
Okay.
Does it change the thing with the book?
That just gives you true sight, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
If
no, the
I
book
did
looks the
that
same.
right. If I did math right, it's 5,000 square feet of floor space.
That's a lot.
It
Do
is
you-
a magnificent mansion.
Yeah,
Do you
I don't know how
understand
good the real
what's in the
estate
book,
value
Gilbert?
is in this.
A moment, Dean. I need to finish my work.
Okay, since Mina's gonna drink until she passes out anyway, and I have to get up early, I'm gonna bail. You guys have a good night.
All right,
Have a
you
good
have a good
night.
night.
Later, Jared.
All right. So Sleuth, is there a size limit on the mansion?
5,000 square feet of floor space.
I don't suppose there's an extremely isolated room in there, is there? Several hundred feet away from everyone else? I'll assume not.
I mean, no, it's not giving you several hundred feet to yourself.
I figure. I'm going to need somebody to seal up the entranceway to the room that we destroyed, so that I can study this in private.
What, you want us to lock you in there?
I mean, while you're all in the mansion in here, I will be in this room.
Can't we just seal you up in the mansion?
Do you want to sleep in this room?
Well, no, we could seal you up somewhere else in the mansion.
It's a distance problem.
Oh, okay.
Just seal the room, the tome.
What is a distance problem? What would happen?
Several hundred feet like best. Now I need that room.
Does somebody have the ability to do that?
Does it cross dimensions?
Huh?
I need the
If-
room sealed so that nothing jumps me while I'm panda.
If we seal the room outside with the mansion inside the room and just leave the mansion door open, can we watch Gilbert safe?
I mean, you would
With
be able to
this-
see him, yes. He would be able to see you.
That works as well.
You know, I think Gilbert's becoming the big bad of the series.
There's no way. I mean, look at that book.
It's evil!
There we go. That's a good one.
Evil!
Alright, I raise you a question. How do you intend to fight an enemy you know next to nothing about?
by learning about it
What are you talking about? I've known Gilbert for several years.
through the process of consuming evil knowledge. The best kind of knowledge. The
So,
forbidden knowledge.
Thunder, while
Yes.
everybody else is in the mansion, I would like to begin my homework.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching Gilbert through the open door to the on the mansion side if he's outside.
I too would like to do this.
All right. And I guess you're just going to spend the whole day here and then eventually take a long rest. Is that your plan?
Out of curiosity, does exhaustion fuck with my ability to cram?
Interestingly enough, it does not.
All right. So I suppose to start off with, how many hours are left in this day before I need to put in cram time?
You guys have spent 4 hours of adventuring time. So you have, another 4 hours before you're in Forged March rules. And then another, so that'll be another 8 hours until you can take a long rest.
Another 8 more until the first long rest is available? All right.
Yeah, 4 hours before you'll start having to make Forced March rules if you're not, just resting. But it's 8 hours until you can actually start the long rest. If that
Well,
makes
during
sense
that-
to you.
During that 4 hours, I wanted to try and get something done with Dean so that we can get.
And
Can I make a tuning fork under?
Yeah, that's
He's
basically
asking
the
me
question.
about tuning. I have several tool proficiencies. They're all right there.
Yeah, between that and me knowing the plane shift spell, would we have the know-how and the materials to create a tuning fork for the material?
I got 16 pounds of steel and 22
Yeah.
pounds of wood. I think I need something from this plane. Well, where do you want it?
No, I don't think you do. It's not teleport. You just need the tuning fork.
So there would actually be a this would be a Arcana check to make this component, because you do have the proficiencies, which is what allows it. In this case specifically, it's Tinker's tools. Do you have a set of Tinker's tools?
I plan to fabricate it. Can I do that, or is it magical in nature?
You need Tinker's tools to. Oh wait, no, you just need a proficiency for fabricate. Yeah. You could fabricate Tinker's tools to make mine enough. You need Tinker's
I do
tools.
have Tinker's tools on me, but I would just normally fabricate
Well,
it.
it's more you need them in order to actually use them to make a tuning fork.
Okay.
And then the whole thing would just be one Arcana check.
Yeah, I
I
got
can
smiths,
help with
alchemists, thieves, tinkers, and other working tools. I have everything. Huh.
I'll help him with that, however I can. Although actually, I'm not good at Arcana. I probably can't.
I have expertise in Arcana.
There you go.
I have
And
help.
proficiency with Tinkers.
Yeah, you have help.
Is this an
This is
Arcana
not
check?
a
Is this a
helpable
Tinker's
check.
tools check?
Can I guidance him then?
You could guidance him, but
What's up?
yes, this is just this is a Arcana check while you use fabricate and the Tinker's tools and stuff like that to all together be making this thing. So you cast fabricate, and now you're making an Arcana check.
Okay, I'll go in enhance ability intelligence.
Okay, and I believe someone's guidancing you as well.
Yep. So you got a D4 on that.
Hurrah.
While Dean is doing that, I will use my own fabricate to repair the wall and the lead lining.
Okay.
Nice.
That will take 2 castings of fabricate. One for the rock, one for the lead.
That's fine.
Okay. Just making sure. Oh, yeah, you can do that, no problem. And yes, Dean, you are able to make from that metal a tuning fork. What tune are you putting on it?
Should be C. Just a C note. I would know that.
Why would you know that?
I can cast the spell. That
Ah, okay. Yeah, then that is your home plane, so that makes sense. Okay, I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, so you would know that.
Okay, so for what plane is this for? This
Material.
tuning fork?
this is for the
Nice.
material plane.
All right then.
Yep, so you have a C note tuning fork. It's worth 250 gold pieces because of all the effort you've put into it. And it is usable for plane shift.
Excellent. Thank you, Dean. I'm gonna hold on to that if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. How many pounds of metal did I use doing that?
5 pounds.
Nice.
Do you have enough materials for another one?
Yeah.
Could you make one for me while I fix the wall?
Sure. Could I have guidance again, Pete?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
Well, I
right,
think I'm gonna
that's
cut
fine.
out
Take it,
early,
take it.
guys.
All right, mister. Have a good night.
Have a good night, mister.
See ya.
See
Night.
ya.
See ya.
I think that makes it.
Yes, it does. Sorry. Yep, so
Right.
you have another tuning fork. Another 5 pounds of metal gone.
No, there you go. Got 6 pounds left. Oh, actually, I wish to yoink the adamantium. I believe you said it had a stool of adamantium. I take all the adamantium.
Okay, yeah, it's a pillar of adamantine.
Yoinks. How much?
Well, how are you yoinking it exactly? Because it's fixed to the floor.
Is it bolted?
Sort of.
I will use thieves' tools to unbolt it or power
what I
it
mean,
up.
sort of. I mean, not really. It's not bolts.
Is it melted to the floor?
Yes. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's superimposed into the floor. Would be the best description I can give.
So we would pretty much need to fabricate it into something else.
Yes.
Okay, I fabricate it into something else, like a
Okay.
cube. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
Huzzah.
It is a 50-pound chunk of adamantine.
Lovely.
Do we have any need for this immediately?
What, the adamantium?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Would it be feasible out of how much adamantine we have to make a saddle crate for the Griffin? Like just something to go over its back and hold stuff on its sides?
You could make such a thing, yes.
How much would that use?
All of it, but it'd be just shaped differently.
Would it be less to just do the basic weight bearing part in adamantine and have the rest be iron and steel? Or would that not make a drastic difference?
I mean,
Just have, like,
you could substitute other materials basically at a 1-for-1 weight. Adamantium weighs about the same as steel. So, in terms of ideas of how it would switch out.
So could we use like 10 pounds for to make like the edges and then crossing at the bottom through the middle?
So,
So that it
one thing to keep in mind is fabricate. Oh, no, you could do that totally. Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
I'm happy with that, yeah.
So then I will give 20 pounds of iron, 20 pounds of steel, because that's all the steel I have right now. Or should I just do 40 pounds of iron and save the steel? We'll go with iron for now.
Okay. And so I assume the rest of you in that mansion are going down for a long rest after the day's work. Gilbert, are you
Yeah.
trying to force march yourself through that book?
Oh, I'm gonna attempt to do a little cramming.
Okay. Well, you're gonna start needing to make con saves then.
I will try to
Alright.
stay up with Gilbert in case things go terribly wrong.
Then you also
I
need to
do
make
go to
one.
bed.
I just need a second while I check what my number is again.
Hey, I'm gonna lucky that. Hey, that's bad.
That is, in fact, bad. Gilbert, is the 14 your con save?
Yes.
Okay, so you're fine, Gilbert. Now you get a level of exhaustion.
Alright.
You both continuing on?
Yep.
Another con save then.
Yep. Hey.
Is that it? No.
I'll use my last lucky. That's good.
You're both fine. If you guys are staying up, need another one.
And I'm gonna favor by the gods.
Gilbert, just go to sleep. Could finish this tomorrow.
18.
Okay, Gilbert, you're fine. Now you get another level of exhaustion.
Gilbert, go to sleep. You can finish this tomorrow. And I'm
Under this puts me at how many hours?
You've been studying this for 8, 9, 10, 11 hours at this point.
Alright.
Are you both
Is it
continuing on?
No, I shall rest.
Okay.
I will also rest.
All right. Gilbert, where are you resting?
I am resting outside the mansion away from everybody else.
How nice of you.
Hardly. Practical.
All right, now I assume you go to bed.
I'm just gonna plop down next to the doorway.
Okay. All right, you guys go to sleep. You have a successful long rest. Morning comes. And I think that is where we will call it for the night.
All right.
All right.
It is the beginning of something evil.
Indeed.
We are becoming like Lord Pejima. But we are going to be a group doing evil things.
I mean, you guys. Oh, 666. Very funny.
Spooky. Oh, that brings us so close to that level.
Dang, we should have beat up that one sludgy dude and then acquired the book.
Dude, we are like 696 away. Ooh.
I'm at 224, 305.
I'm at 306. Weird.
I call hacks.
That. Oh yeah, I forgot the 1 XP I got. No, that's for red. Why do I have 206? Huh. Anyway. Oh yeah, something evil.
It's all good, guys. Everything's fine.
Yeah. It's good for us. Not so good for everyone else. Probably. But that's okay.
I mean,
yeah, Gilbert, you need to go over that list of stuff pretty well though. Because there's some pretty big things in there.
Yeah.
So as a player, I think I know what's happening just because of what this is.